but I'm on like my streamer starting page. So yeah, from this point on until around 5 minutes or so into the video, I mute my mic. So you'll see me doing some mime actions, acting like I am talking, which I was in person, but I muted my mic in OBS like a donkey. So I do apologize for that. But the only thing you're missing out on is us going into like detail about the main menu and how the main menu looks in our opinion. But yeah, I do apologize and I do hope you enjoy.
What is up, everybody? Today, I'm gonna be doing the Kurse and Suspecktz podcast. I'm gonna be discussing Gears of War Ada. We're gonna go into detail. We're gonna go in depth. Talk about each pixel of the game. Also, hello everybody that's just joined the chat. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Sophie. Just sat on the bed right now as well. Biggest fan right here. We're doing great. Doing great. Yeah, this is us literally talking to the camera. Like we're not playing anything, nothing. It's just straight passion into the camera. Uh, hold on. Hold up. Well, yeah. Each pixel holds, you know how much each pixel. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Hard retweet. Hard retweet. Hey. Let me turn the music down a bit here. Yep. I already thought of this. You know, I put it all down. People needed to know what they're based on. You know. The hard fact. The hard fact, Mr. Suspects.
You couldn't hear me this entire time because I muted myself.
But well then
Hello, Angie. I did say hi. I said hello to Arvin too. I said hello to everyone while making a conversation. I feel like a tit.
yeah, it's horrible. I've done it before as well. You know, happens to the best
Yeah,
streamers.
I'm
You know,
the best streamers, mate. Make these mistakes. I heard you
I heard
speak
you
the
speak the
entire time
entire. Yeah,
because
because that
you're
was
hearing
through.
him.
You're on my stream. That's why. So Angie on Jack's
What
stream
is this
couldn't actually
all
hear Jack.
about? So, Miss Angie, today's stream is dedicated to talking about Gears of War E-Day and our thoughts. And we're going to go into every single detail, speaking about the main menu, multiplayer, the positives of multiplayer, the negatives, and we also deep dived into Horde too. So,
Well, I think you know, because you know everybody needs a bit of stimulation. We'll give you a bit of a you know, we'll give you some background, you know, background VOD here. So we'll go ahead and just you
I
know
just
play
put in
some
a
just
Gears
so
of War,
everybody's.
a Gears of War E-Day
Yeah,
picture.
I've just had that as well. But you know, people like to be a bit stimulated while watching. So
They can get
got a bit of a
stimulated
VOD
looking
review
at the
here.
Locust Sniper bash the COD
Yeah.
gear.
So we're kicking it off.
Let's
We
kick
kick
it
it
off,
off.
son.
All
Good
right.
shit. Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Listen, we'll put the effort in. We'll put the effort. We'll put the time in. We'll put the dedication and the passion in
We did.
for
We did.
all of yous. This took hours and
A
days
lot
of
of
you know
a lot
setting
of
up.
annoyance.
Uh, that is real. That is real. Okay, well, we'll kickstart it
Le-
off. Well, I'll kickstart it. I mean, so we're just gonna go down, like down, it's like layers
Down
on
in the list. Let's
a
go down in
cake,
the list.
Yeah.
Let's not
No,
make
it's
it.
like layers, we're gonna go Subway Surfers in the top left. Sorry, there's E-Day gameplay in the top left actually. So we'll start off with just the main menu. To be fair, what was your, what was your opinion on
Said main menu. So
the
let's go
main menu?
down. Let's start with Gears One, right? Let's think about the Gears One main menu. It was simply lovely with the way it was layered. It was easy to find things. Gears Two, the exact same thing, was just a different background. You kind of say the same thing with Gears 3, but they introduced the medal system, which was quite helpful. It was something to grind for within the game. Um, Gears 4, same thing, nice and simple. Gears 5, maybe a little more complex, maybe because you had the battle pass and all that shenanigans.
Yep, yep.
Then we come to E-Day. E-Day has went back to the roots of being nice and simple. You could get to A to B or wherever you wanted to be, while a bar, and you could
He's a
get.
lyrical genius, guys.
It's what writing does to you. Um,
Guy.
and yeah, it's just nice and simple. So, in my personal opinion, I think the main menu is really nice and really super easy to navigate.
I have to fully agree. I have to fully agree. Also, hello everybody. That's just came in, joined in.
Hello,
Please, if
Gujin.
anybody has any topics that they want to be talking about or anything, this is the stream to do it. Obviously, I say that Super Jufly has a different opinion on the game, but
What are
like
your?
let's discuss.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
discuss is what it's all about. I
What
want everybody's opinions. I want everything.
What do you guys think of the main menu when you loaded up E-Day in the beta? What was your first impression? Was you like, I'm hyped as fuck, or was you like, this shit looks goofy, bro?
I mean, me personally, I like the main menu. I think it's such a simple main menu. It's easy. It's easy to navigate, everything like that. I mean, we're going into obviously you've got all your medal system, everything like that's there. So I mean, I'm glad that the medals have come back as well, though. The medals are definitely a good yeah.
Cheers, Sophie. I'm glad I'm glad you like the main menu.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, no,
like
I think the main menu is quite simple and nice. So I
it.
think,
It
I
struck
mean,
me to like it got me wanting to play. Like seeing the cog gear like helmet just broken rest on a pile of rocks. It's pretty cinema. It's pretty cinema.
those facts, those facts. Right. Well, right, let's get into the nitty-gritty stuff now, right? Let's get into multiplayer. I'm dying to talk about multiplayer.
Whoa, whoa,
We're
whoa!
gonna talk
We're
about,
we're
go on, go
forgetting
on.
one thing, and something that is not many people realized when playing the E-Day beta. Right, we now have separate loadouts for Locust and Cog. We no
Hallelujah,
longer need to use the
hallelujah.
same setup on both and make it look awful. We now have
Yep,
separate loadouts. That is
but they have separate loadouts.
it is
It is
peak, bruh.
actually, it is the key part of all of it, is having
It's
separate loadouts.
it's part of the reason why Gears 4 is it made Gears 4 so good and Gears 3 and games like that. It's just beautiful. Like you could
Oh,
imagine
it is.
Syndrome skins coming into COG and then you could use I don't know
Any other skin, you
the
know what I
beta
mean? No,
skins
I think, yeah.
on Locust.
Yeah, they won't be getting used up once the
Yeah,
full
yeah,
game releases.
yeah.
But we're gonna keep it a book, right? But
It's just I'm just using examples.
no, but definitely. Even like the like loading into games, I mean, you can say on like the in the preview in the top left as well, like even when you're in the lobby and stuff like that, you can see your whole team, you can say what skins they're using, you can say what character they're playing as, and obviously this is before you've searched into a game, like beforehand it was like, we're looking at like Gears 4, you'd have to load into the lobby to see what character they were playing. And then Gears 5, well, it's the same. I was same on Gears 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure, no, or no, I don't think it. No,
On
it
Gears
wasn't.
1,
It wasn't. I don't
You
think you
had to
could
press
see
like
the
LT
character in the
RT
preview though.
to. No, 'cause the preview would be you'd see the map in the background, and then you'll have like a border in the middle, and then you could choose what team you wanted to be on, if I remember correctly. And then you could change your character with like LTRT. Want meat shields back? You've hit the nail on the head there, Sophie. I must say, why they got rid of meat shields is beyond me. The amount of times I've died in a gunfight because I needed the meat shield. I needed that
Yep.
extra body to take those shots, and I've just made myself look like a right pillock. And then I die and not get my kill. It's quite annoying. It's quite annoying.
Yep. And not to mention, like you shoot them on the floor about 5 times and they don't fucking die.
We've got
So
the Gears 5 syndrome back in. Like, why should I have to put 2 shots to get him down, but then 5 shots to kill him?
yep.
It don't make much sense. It don't make much sense.
No, I
Now we can
think
go into multiplayer.
yeah, I was gonna say, but overall, I think the main menu is a W. I don't really have any negatives on the main menu, to be fair. I think,
If
obviously,
it was,
for people that first launch the game, I think it's quite a good, it's just simple, it's easy, it's not overcomplicated. Like, you can go to, like, games such as, like, I don't know, like, you can go to Apex Legends or something, and it's, like, obviously, you get bombed with, like, go to the store, and we know it's a beta, so, not all this is gonna be there, but it's still, I think it's still quite, it's just a simple menu, easy.
if you was to rate the
Yeah.
main menu out of 10, what would you rate it?
I'm not gonna rate it too high though, because Gears 3 main menu for me was the peak of main menus, in my opinion. So I'm probably gonna give it. I'd give it like I'd give it a 7, a healthy 7. I'll give it a 4. All right, well, Mr. Casper, can you please
Mm,
elaborate on why you would give it a 4? These are the discussions that we need. Gears 2
Gears
main
2.
menu is a 10 on the scale. I think
Personally,
it's all down to preference.
I'd give Gears 2. If we're rating the main trilogy, actually no, fuck it, we'll rate every single game. So first place, I would say Gears 3 because you had like the aura music in the background. You had the pulsing omen in the background. All the menus were just easy to navigate. You could get if you wanted to change your character, you knew how to do it. Um, then I would probably say Gears 2. Gears 2 does have like a special place in my heart. Then if we're going down, maybe Judgment. I think Judgment's a bit slept on for the main menu, personally. It didn't have much music, but it had like the statue in the background. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then I would probably say Gears 5, Gears 4, then Gears 1. Gears 1 was bland.
See, I mean, I can't like really remember from Gears 1 to Gears 2. I remember like Judgment, Gears 3, Gears 4, Gears 5, Tactics. I remember all them. But I mean, 1 and 2. I mean, I didn't play that much of them, to be fair. So I'm not.
I'll say that
Unfortunately, Gears 3 is like as far back as I would go. But
Gears
I
1 was
think Gears
similar to
3 for
Gears
me
2.
would be peak. Like I think that's 10 for me.
Hmm.
I still think the menu's nice. Music sounds nice. I think the option to actually change your music as well is kind of unique. Didn't really make a difference to me. I won't change the music, the theme, because I mean, why would I?
The main
But
menu music is decent, but the older Gears. See, you say that, but I really like the Gears E-Day, like main menu music. I think that slaps. It's a mix of spooky and just aura.
spooky.
It's better than the Metallica one.
Aye, no,
if
it
we're
is. It
being honest
is.
here,
I know. It really is. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I get it, collabs, but like fucking how Metallica as a menu music.
it's
No
pretty
thanks.
mid. It's pretty mid.
It's a pass from me. I'll just get the skins and that's it. But yeah. It's given Fortnite. Not gonna lie. No, it is. It does. I mean, it'll be with obviously. I mean, games. Games are evolving, so they're probably just kind of following a bit of a trend here. Like they'll probably look at it and be like, oh yeah, I might be able to get a few sales on putting I don't know, putting a Cardi B song as your main menu on Gears of War 8, like
What do you
I don't know.
think they will introduce? Like, I think Delta Online done this, where you could change the main menu music from or was it Redux? I don't know. But you could change the menu music from Gears 1, Gears 2, Gears 3, Um,
I think it was it not Delta Online that done that?
that's what I want to say it was Delta Online, but part of me
Yeah,
thinks Redux too. I thought that was a really cool feature though. It's not it's not groundbreaking. Let's be honest here, but being able to have like the Gears 3 main menu music is pretty cool. I would personally use that.
I rate that. I rate that, Alex. Sorry,
So
Casper. I rate that. I rate that. Changing it to actually retired. Okay, well let's get onto it. I'm dying to dive into this. I'm dying.
you die and I. Let's go then, son.
Yep. Okay, multiplayer. Where do we start? You know what it is, though, right? We should start off with the positives of the game. You know, I mean, I think there's quite a lot of negatives, so we'll give it a bit of, a bit of light beforehand. But yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
All all right, let's go. Okay, well, we'll start it off. To be fair, the game looks great. Okay, the game does look really nice. As much as the optimization is pretty piss.
We'll go into more detail
I
about
mean,
that.
yeah, we will. But and the game looks visually nice though. I think it's a new scene. It looks very Gears of War to be fair. Like I like Market for example. It's given off, like it gives off like sort of like a district sort of vibe, but in the same breath it doesn't give the Gears 5 vibe to it. If you know what I'm saying, like it would remind us more of a Gears, like maybe a Gears 2 to Gears 3 sort of vibe, like broken down like covers, all that sort of stuff. As much as I don't really like the maps, I think the maps are pretty mid, but I think the maps look great. Same with Outpost as well. I love the vibe of Outpost. It gives off like sort of like a UI or like like sort of like military sort of place, and I quite like the. I just like visually all looks good. So yeah,
Personally, I agree that the game itself looks awesome. Even on I had to play on all low to get any sort of frames, and the game still looked pretty. Why's your rating your
so,
elbow?
so sorry,
Put me off there, mate.
sorry about.
The game looks stunning. I wish I was able to run it higher to feel and capture the actual essence of the graphics. Um, I personally think the I was going to say district map, the market map is it has one is very aesthetic to the eye. I think that's a
Yep,
very big big point to it, and I do get where you come from, where it gives like the district vibe, um, but it has its own charm to it, which is good. Um,
yeah, and
Outpost
it feels very Gears of War.
Outpost sort of reminds me of like Bunker out of Gears 5. It gives me that sort of vibe where it's like old rundown pendulum war like atmosphere,
Yeah,
which I like, but as like the way it plays in ranked, I'm not really the big fan of. So if I was to give my opinion on Outpost and Market, I'd rate Market above Outpost personally, mainly
personally,
because of
I
the
would
flow.
flip it round. I would rate it the other way around. To be fair, I think there's another topic we'll go into, but I think the power weapons on the map are a key feature to why I prefer Outpost over Market. Um, but like I like the flow of Outpost. I don't think there's too many strong weapons on Outpost, so it's like you're not really getting punished. I mean, obviously that fucking Vulcan, but apart from that though, I think it's fine. Like I quite like. I mean, I think the weapons are quite nice. Useless as well. The sniper. You said it right there, Kyujin. The sniper is, it's like my baby. Can't wait to use the breach shot actually with that incredible aim assist. But
Everyone's going
yeah,
to
I
be the
can't
goat.
wait. Yeah, I can't like yeah,
Can't
but
wait
I think
to
the power
complain about
weapons are
that.
a key feature for the maps to be fair. But yeah, like in overall though, I think the maps look great. They feel great. Obviously I have preferences. But yeah. Um,
One thing that we haven't said is the loading speed, as in you could crash
yes.
and you could get in the game within, let's say, 2 minutes. Well, on Gears 5, Gears 4, you're giving it at least 5 minutes minimum
Yeah.
to get into the game because of how
I think the on
long the things
sorry.
are.
I think the only thing that holds like this game back with the load speed is optimizing shaders when you load in the game. So if you do have a crash when you have to come and launch the game, then optimize your shaders. And I mean, I get that it's probably just the just it's just the loading, you know what I mean. But regardless, I think all of it is very quick compared to most games that well, I say in most games like Gears 5, like like you load into a game, you're instantly in this game. There's no waiting for you're not stuck on the blank screen looking at all your characters. So yeah. As a top
Just
8 EU competitive player, what are your thoughts on 300-second power weapon cooldown? Glad you asked that. This is also a point that we were going to be covering, but I don't mind it.
to,
I
let's
don't
have
mind
like
it.
a quick glimpse over. I feel like 300 seconds is kind of taking the piss, if we're being honest here. In my opinion, I feel like it does take the piss because I feel like
Mm,
if you're in a quick ranked match against like good people, that the 300 seconds is just way too long. And then let's say the other team has a really good hold on a hill. You ain't getting through that without a good power weapon. And without those power weapons, you're just basically they're given a free hill. But that's um but yeah, we'll go
yeah,
into more detail after.
we will. But keeping on keeping on the theme of multiplayer though, let's talk about all the movement. Oh, actually, hold on. So we got Curse and the Sus in the stream, and then fuck the power weapons on the team. That is not true. If I have Kyujin on the team, then fuck the power
When
weapons.
Kyujin is the power weapon.
Yeah, he actually is the power weapon. You know, like you pick him up and put him on your fucking team. You didn't just hold him, you put him on your team. And then what does he do? He picks you up and puts everybody on his fucking back because he's that guy.
He is that
So,
guy.
yeah.
Don't try and deny it, Kyujin. Don't try and deny it.
When's the 1v between you and Zyph? That's a real question. Anyways.
I'd watch that.
So yeah, talking about like obviously with the game as well, obviously new game, new movement, everybody's aware of this, so we can now, jump up on the
We can
walls.
now wave.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Um, we've got what we've got now. We've got the sliding, we've got shoulder swapping. Which what's your opinion on the shoulder swapping actually? Actually,
My
no. I'll tell you what. We'll go from the first one.
pardon
What's
me.
your opinion on the sliding first? What do you think about the sliding?
I think the sliding is a bit annoying, and it could be like um, there's like a bug where you can get like a 500,000 miles per hour speed boost from sliding, and unless you are trained to with these reaction times, you're getting bodied for it. I feel like the slide could be tuned a little bit slower, personally. Um, but that's just my opinion. But overall, the
Well,
sliding it allows for more variety in fights. So I think it's a good thing.
hold on, guys. I've messed up here. Uh,
What's
I'm
he
messing
done,
up.
bruh?
I'm messing up.
What's he done, bruh?
I pressed something and kicked us off.
He-
Okay, we're back. Um, yeah. So I mean, I think the sliding, in my opinion, I think the sliding is okay. Um, but I think, I mean, obviously, it's quite hard if somebody. So the main one is where you're up here around the corner and you slide because you can slide as soon as you're up here around and you keep your momentum from up here in the cover to your slide. Whereas obviously if you're trying to slide normally, I believe it's two steps you need to take before you can slide.
I think it's three.
But yeah, it could be that. Well, someone was saying it was when your left leg gets in front of the player, anyways. So I've got my sources right. But
Big up snubs.
it wasn't Snubs, it was
Oh,
Harvard actually.
oh.
But Yeah, I think the sliding's fine though. I think it's quite a fun. I think it's a fun mechanic to use. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I think there needs to be either sort of like a maybe a cooldown or like a penalty in some sense of like you can't just like I don't know how to describe it because it feels like you wouldn't be able to balance it, but it's like I shouldn't be able to because obviously there's a setting, isn't there, on the thing where you can slide to a cover. So when you're sliding, it'll hit you on the cover. So really, what's to stop you from just up a slide, hit the cover, as you're sliding, and then do the same thing over and over? Like, it's too fast. But like it says, you could slow it down, but then I think they will need to tune the stopping power then, because then sliding would be pointless with the stopping
But
power in this game.
we'll get into this after.
We will. So I think it's quite a hard one to balance, but I think overall though I didn't really have that much of a frustrating time with the sliding anyways. I thought the sliding was fun, so
Unless you make
yeah,
it your whole personality, then
unless you do that,
I
yeah,
do have my opinions on that.
yep. But yeah, sliding's fine. We got the shoulder swapping, so we're seeing that Alex says about oh,
It was about me.
what was
It
it
got
was a bot.
wiped. It got
Okay,
wiped.
it looked like a real person. So yeah, so Alex was saying about that the
Oh,
the the shoulder the shoulder swap. Um, I think the shoulder swap is quite nice. I think I just forget that it's actually a feature though. Um, I mean that's really it, isn't it? I mean it's like it's a cool feature. I just don't use it enough. Um,
I feel like Alex said there, Matt uses it and he finds success in using it, right? I feel like my brain, when I'm playing Gears of War, is wired to hit the wall, pull off, so I can get the left hand. That's just my
yeah,
personal opinion. So I never use it. I find it, I don't know, it's just taking up one of my buttons personally. So I don't, yeah, that I don't really use it.
it's not muscle memory. It's not muscle memory because
Yeah.
I do the same thing. I'll pull off the wall trying to play a left hand, so obviously I'm stuck there, LT in left hand, and then totally just magically remember that I can actually just flip by pressing my button. You know what I mean?
Overall, I think it's
Uh,
a good feature, but like Alex said there, people don't use it.
yeah. Wraps and counter wraps are so strong too. This will be a point. This would be a point. This would be so. I would put so with the wraps and the counter wraps. I would put them down to center screen aiming. I think center screen aiming on this game is. I don't. I don't mind the center screen aiming,
Okay, Angie.
but the way that shots come out in this game is very very strange. But again, we'll talk about all this as well. Don't worry, we've got a full list of negatives here, which you know.
We're doing pretty well. Speak about the positives here.
We are,
Because
we are.
we,
We're
let's
glazing the game like it's something
yeah,
else.
we don't have much positives noted down, but
I
so
tell
the
you, there's like
negatives
fucking
is
20 pages of negatives. But yeah.
wraps and counter
So
shots.
obviously, so going with obviously the shoulder swapping, you got when you jump and sliding. So I think it opens up more opportunity for you've got all your out players like such as like when would you ever have imagined in Gears that you were able to fight on a box? Imagine playing District. You're playing District, Middle Hill. Imagine jumping on top of that box and running over and chunking the guy that's sat on the opposite end of the box. Nobody would have ever have thought it. Nobody would
Or
have. I mean, I would never have thought it. But
when you're in
go
that
on.
stalemate fight on you have mid hill and then you've got the stairs going down and you've got like the cover. I don't know what the call out's called. I forgot it. You've got like the pipe and then you got
Hello, swag shots. Thank you for the bits. I do much appreciate
the
that.
mini square and you're usually in like a stalemate. You have to wait for the other person to make a move or you make a move. Imagine jumping on that wall, shooting them, then rolling back. Like that,
Yep.
it's pretty mad. Hello, swag shots,
Welcome in, swag shots. So we are just discussing A-Day. If
swaggy.
there's anything that you would, is that what I said?
No, that's
I thought I said that. What was that? I've just had like a text to speech go off there. Anyways, sorry. If there's anything that you would like to discuss or add, or any opinions on the game, please feel free to leave a little message, and we'll get talking about this. Obviously, I want everybody's opinions on the game. I want to see how everybody finds this game. Obviously, me and Jack have our own opinions. We're kind of just summing up most of it though, and just getting each other's opinions on it as well. So yeah.
But
Um,
overall, sorry, I feel like the jumping mechanic and the slide mechanic, the things that they've added, is really good. I feel like you can, like Brandon said, you can do a lot more outplays. You can do, I'm sure, probably like a year down the line, there's going to be future tech where we'll be able to jump in and do some magical stuff, but
yeah.
we just haven't found yet. So, hi YouTube in the chat. Look at him go, Mushy.
Yeah. So the run after you want to stop, swing camera. Run after you want to stop, swing camera. Need to speed up, too clunky. I fully agree with that. We do have this down as well. Um, the this does need to be changed. Obviously, we will go more in depth about it as well, because there's quite a lot to add on from that as well, though. Um, but no, I fully agree with it. I think the sense hasn't been it hasn't been properly figured out for this game. I think the game's trying to be too fast. Well, it's trying to be a fast-paced game, but then the camera stops you from it being a fast-paced game. Oh, sorry, not the camera. The sensitivity stops you from doing that. So yeah, I do fully believe that though.
Cannot wait for E-Day. Funny enough, me and Mr. Kurse here, we both said to each other, we're a bit lost. We don't know what to play now since E-Day's gone.
But I also, Super Jufly, sorry. I do much appreciate the follow. Thank you very much. The camera being hard to move on sprint is really annoying.
Very annoying.
Again, very annoying. This was my biggest frustration with the game, was that I wanted to be turning in situations, but obviously there is a delay as well from after you stop running to trying to turn your camera. There is a delay, and that would get you killed more times than like more often than not. Like you would always get punished because the camera sense was terrible. Uh, Cannot wait for E-Day. We can't wait either. To be fair, I'm currently back on Marvel Rivals to burn the time. But yeah. But Strike Shots, we do have a few players that we'll be playing with for E-Day. We've got our little posse sorted. Obviously, there would always be space. To be fair, there would always be space. So,
If we're running like
um,
ranks or something that we don't really care about, then.
yeah,
But don't get me
I was gonna
wrong,
say,
we're giving it passion once the game drops. Like
oh,
once that
definitely.
campaign's done, it's you gotta lock in. We're gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
posting against
definitely.
Siphon Co and the rest of them.
Of course, Strike Shots.
We need your
We
sniper
got you,
skills.
bro. We do. Actually, no. You've got my sniper skills.
But did you
Sorry,
see his
pal.
video on TikTok? Come on now.
Uh, yeah, I did. I did. Have you seen my unreleased footage? Actually, hold on. Have you not seen my reaction shot across the fucking map on Impact? That's on my TikTok.
What's your
I'm
TikTok,
cursed on
mate? What's your
TikTok. If you want to watch the best reaction shot you've ever seen, actually, you need to go onto TikTok. I'm Curse, same as my Twitch,
That's not your day.
and it will be the best reaction shot you've ever seen. I promise you. But anyways, yeah, it's not a day. Okay, anyways, we divert. We divert. We get back to the topic. We get back to the topic. Okay. Um. So we'll just go over. Yeah. Well. I mean, we're talking about obviously the game as well. So I think the sounds of the game, the sound of the game sounds amazing. I love like the footstep audio. Um. I don't know if it's inconsistent. Is it inconsistent? Or am I tweaking? Because I feel like there's certain times that I won't hear anything, but then I'll hear everything.
If we're talking about the footsteps, you could hear
Because
someone from across the globe, right? They could be in fucking Azora while you're on market, right? It's just stupid. Let's be honest here. But then once they're up close, it's like the audio just disappears, and then you're just going
Mm,
based off just pure knowledge of the game, personally.
yeah.
So,
No, I guess so. Yeah, it could just you
but
could be right as well. It could just be down to headsets as
that
well.
maybe that could be also the settings within the game where we could like actually change the audio of the footsteps. I personally never changed it,
Yeah,
so
me
that
either.
could be my fault. But
And even
um,
then, I would also like to say I don't even believe that that should be a feature. I don't think that should be a feature. I
I think
think
it's a good feature personally.
I don't believe so. But hey, each of their own, eh? Anyway, we've got so talking about sounds as well. We've got with gun firing. I think the sounds of these weapons
Sounds
sounds
beefy,
beautiful. I think these are probably some of the nicest sounding weapons we've had in Gears. I think the Nasha sounds heavy. Spike shots, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Also, hello Lightbearer. Nice to see you in here. You're here for the discussion. We're currently just talking. Well, currently the topic we're on is just about the sounds of the game. But yeah, no, I do believe though that the guns on this game are the best we've actually heard. I think the sound, like you say, is the sound nice and beefy.
it's
I
refreshing. Like,
it,
sorry,
it is. Yes, it's not a copy and paste. No, you're
yeah,
right. Um,
it
this
is the
is the
podcaster.
podcast.
This
This
is
is the podcast. Uh, Obviously we've got a bit of entertainment going on up there, just so people, because people need a bit of Subway Surfers on whilst they're listening. So
Godcast. Sky, you are a king, aren't you? You are a king. Hello,
what am
Sky.
I hearing? Sorry, something's. Sorry. I'm very sorry, guys. Something is playing in the background. I believe it's my stream elements. It's deciding to just play random alerts.
Right?
It's just I'm just hearing some random tunes and then hearing tier one, tier one. Okay, my bad, people. My bad. Let's continue. Sorry. Go
Okay.
ahead, Jack.
Um, but yeah, the since the game's built from the ground up, and anyone who plays Forza, or this is going to be off tangent, but built from the ground up in terms of Forza, it is like a curse. Anything that's built from the ground up usually fails. I don't want
Yeah.
this to be. I want this to be different. It does take time for the game to get used to, but yeah, the so the audio wise, brilliant. It's refreshing. We're not hearing the same Nasher that we heard fucking 20 years ago. It's it's beefy. Same with the snub. The snub sounds beautiful. The Lancer, as much as it's a bit like in terms of like the shooting the gun is a bit iffy and trying to hit shots, but again, we'll go into more detail about
No, I do. I fully agree. Like everything sounds nice. Nasha sounds beefy. Everything. It sounds so good. Um, yeah. Also, I do much appreciate it, Sco. I was built from the ground up, and I am the prodigy of Gears. Obviously, Suspect's my number one fan. I decided to do a collab with him today since he was begging for it.
that. Yeah, this is facts. This
Um,
is facts.
so had to have to shout at the fans sometimes. But yeah. You had to pay us 10 gifted subs to actually be on the
This is
podcast
facts.
today.
I'm now broke.
Yeah, he is. He is.
The
He has
Nick
to send us
Brit.
another 10 as well.
Thank you for
Yeah,
the
right.
follow. Thank you very much. I
But
hope you're doing well.
he's got a two, but it's more like a Forza comparison. That is facts. That is facts.
I still take
But
this
also,
guy. I still take this guy. I'm just saying.
Lightbearer, I would also like to add on to what you've added on the consistency of the Nashas. Again, there's a lot to say about this, but I think we will be mentioning it, obviously. Um, and I think the consistency of the Nasha is pretty tragic. I think so. We'll diverge a little bit in the negatives here. So we think that the hit reg or the hit reg is pretty tragic. It's not good at all. Um, I think you can't see if you're hitting people for good shots or not because the pellets don't actually work. Um, and then there's sometimes that you will point blank somebody and you'll full spread them and they'll hit you from the same distance and then chunk you. Even though you know that you've hit a full spread and the game actually tells you that you've hit a full spread, but it won't work. You know, it won't work. So I do
Thank
fully
you.
agree that the Nasha inconsistency is awful. But go ahead, Jack. Go and say your thank
Thank you,
yous. Get them
Swag
all out.
Shots. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sco, for the sub. The gifted sub. 2 Swag Shots. Thank you very much. And also, been listening to you guys for the last 10 minutes, I agree with most things. I didn't notice the delay from sprinting, but I only played a few hours. Lancer needs fixing, but no complaints really. He's cheered another 2. That's 5 now. Thank you very much, Swags. Swag Shots. I'm going to call you
Swags is
Swaggy
the
from now
king.
on. It sounds like I'm saying Shaggy
Swaggy.
out of Scooby Doo. Swaggy.
Oh, Sco.
I always just hit the 10
I'll
out of
tell you
10.
who's up for stacking tonight. I'm ready to stack tonight. Sco, thank you so much for the gifted sub. We have actually hit with 10 out of 10 sub goal. Yeah.
Swag Shots on my
Hey,
birth
thank you very much,
certificate.
Sco. You are the king of kings.
Sco
You
is
know,
he is our baby.
appreciate you. He is. He is. I love Sco.
But
I love him.
the Gopnik Brit, I'm glad you agree. We haven't really went into detail about the Lancer, but it is coming up. I'm not gonna lie,
It
it
is.
is quite
Yep.
literally the next thing. So we've got down here that the Lancer's harder to use, and in my opinion, take away the aim assist, the Lancer is gonna be rock solid to use. Like without the aim assist, not many people are gonna hit a shot, and I personally think that creates a skill gap. So you have to be accurate. This is if they tweak the aim assist. If not, the Lancer, you don't even need to be hitting them, and you could hit every single shot. The amount of times where I've seen the reticle go missions away from the actual person, and I can see the bullets go missions away, but it's still connecting is a bit mad.
Yeah.
Don't think I hit a
I
shot with the
I
Lancer. The shotgun was kind of meta for most people. See, personally, I think the Lancer is easy to use. I initially didn't because I didn't realize how
the
strong the
recoil.
aim. Yeah, the recoil, the way it spreads when you shoot it for a while, and when I got the to play early access before anyone else, um, I said to him when I was able to obviously talk that the Lancer is going to be hard to use, and then aim assist came around, and I realized everyone can hit the same shots, and it kind of takes away the skill gap. Like if you was to go
Yeah.
to Gears 4, Gears 5, everyone can hit a Lancer shot, right? But aim assist
Not me.
isn't as like prominent. So like I don't want to big myself up here, but I feel like I Lancer is my weapon. I feel comfortable shooting that, and I can get someone down within less time than the average player because it's like second nature. I can hit every shot.
Holy self glaze. Holy self glaze.
I'm just saying, Mr. Waters.
I'm
I've seen your
I'm just
Lancer
getting
and
suspects.
shitting everywhere,
No.
mate.
Yeah, you've got a good dancer pad. Do agree.
But
Do agree. And
Gizzy though,
I think
sorry, go on, go on.
no, keep going, keep going.
So going back to Ede, the Lancer inherently is harder to use.
Sorry, Sog Shots has just been it's just been timed out
Oh
for
my god!
600 seconds.
No,
I
no,
think he
no, no.
keeps I think he keeps on putting full stops, so it thinks he's putting links in. I think he's going to be putting spaces, he's putting full stops, and it's trying to tell him it thinks that the links.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. Swag shots, you need to stop putting the full stops. It keeps thinking that the links. I've seen your other message said that you're gonna try stream on here soon, but you got timed out for that just because the full stops. It thinks that the links.
Alex, are you able to untime him? Because
He's already
ah,
done
sorry about that, swag shots. Nightbot's a bitch.
it. Hey,
I've just been given pasta and a hot dog.
Pasta on a hot dog, man. Okay, well we'll continue with talking about like how the gun feels and everything like that. So I believe as well that the kills in this game feel very satisfying. I think getting a chunk on someone as well as a headshot. I think the headshots sound nice and crisp in this game. It gives off an older Gears sort of vibe of a headshot. Like it, it reminds us of like UE for example, like UE and Reloaded. Like when you used to hit a headshot and it's like that would feel very satisfying. I think that they've done the same with this game. Like Gears 5 was pretty, it was just whatever. Gears 4 was alright. But then, going down from that, I think the headshots always sounded better. And I think with this game as well, with the headshots and just kills in general, I think they feel very nice and they feel very satisfying. So like when you're going on a little feed and you're getting all these chunks and everything, it feels good to actually
You
get
do
this
get
little streak
adrenaline
going
from
as
it.
well. Yeah, you do. You feel you're like, oh yeah, this is why I enjoy this game, and then you go back to the aim assist and the hit reg and the natural inconsistency, and then you realize that the game isn't that all that great. But anyways, but yeah, I do believe that it's a very satisfying game overall, though. Well, the chunks anyways, the kills. Have you got anything to add on to that?
Um, no, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I think
Hit the nail on the head.
like you said, just yeah,
It's all right, Jack. I'll
yeah.
take over from here. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna be,
we'll,
I'm gonna
we'll
be completely honest here. It was bothering me that I didn't say that in my chat that it was like the remove timeout, so I removed it myself. It still said it was timed out for 10 minutes, so I've sorted it. I'm so sorry, swag shots. I am so sorry. Nightbot is a bitch.
That's interesting. Okay. Anyways, so I also believe that the active reloads feel nice in this game as well. I think they're
Yes,
quite. I mean, it's nice to have actives back in the core loadout as well, though. So obviously, for people that weren't aware, the actives were taken out for your loadout, so there was no actives on your Lancer, Nasher, or Snub in Gears 5. Um, but there was still active reloads. So obviously, when we're talking about your actives, on about your perfect actives. So they removed them so that you would get no boost in damage or fire rate, nothing like that. And then obviously coming back to this game, they've now implemented them back in, which I think is quite good. Um, I mean, it probably needs maybe a bit of tweaking. I think the pistol actives definitely need tweaking because that
you
pistol
can
hits
literally
way
one
too
clip
hard.
someone,
Yeah,
and with aim
and
assist, it's just
yeah,
broken.
with the aim assist as well, yeah, it is. But I think having actives back on the core loadout though is quite nice. I think it is. It's a good decision to make. I mean, no doubt in my mind they'll probably end up removing them in anyways, but we can enjoy them also, can.
I personally think they
Um,
should stick with the actors, but everyone says like the active retro. Like I can't remember who. I think it was Swag Shots. That the retro is strong, right? But this might be a hot take, right? But let's go back to Gears 5 and Gears 4. That retro Lancer hit like a truck, and not many people was complaining about it. They just adapted to it. Granted, the stopping power wasn't really prevalent, and that's what they should tweak, like coming towards the release. But the retro Lancer in Gears 3, Gears 4, Gears 5 all hit like a truck. That's what the weapon's built to be. It's meant to be a truck, but it's meant to be hard to control. So I don't feel like they should tweak it a whole lot. Granted, the it is strong. If you're in a 4 stack and you've got two people with a retro, it's hard to push. I get it, but take away the stopping power, the retro is fine. You just It's a power weapon for a reason. It's meant to hit like a truck, like the bolt on. Active bolt on, you could two
Which
shot someone down.
rest in peace, the Boltok
Rest
for
in peace.
AD.
Um, but no, the I feel like active should still be in the game because it gives you an incentive to hit the active reload, except from
Yeah,
just
yeah, no
slowing
doubt.
down. But take away the stopping power that you get from it because
Mm.
you cross someone with an active lancer and they
No,
try and
not really.
slide. You can literally see them move like a snail towards the cover or wherever they are.
Especially when you're sliding. Yeah, especially when you're sliding. That
Eh,
like if you're getting shot whilst you're sliding, there was no point of even rolling out a spawn to be honest. Like it is awful. Um, but no, I think the starting power in this game as well is very, very like noticeable. It seemed like Gears 4, for example, though. Like on Gears 4, when you're playing ranked and you're playing against like the starting power on there as well, you can feel it. Like you can run somewhere, get hit by a lancer, and you are not moving an inch, and you will go down instantly. But that's Gears 4, though. Gears 4 Core Lancer was the most vile thing to ever be added into Gears of War
I agree.
ever. But yeah, uh, yeah, yeah. Well, we'll keep going down. We haven't actually got that many positives left. There's actually only one positive about this game that is left, uh,
Two actually.
which is no, it's
You
not.
can't steal
You have
downs
to.
anymore.
You can't
Which
steal the downs.
let's be honest here. This is a huge W for the coalition. The amount of times
Yep.
I've had a go at Brandon for stealing my kill and vice versa, where we like someone's got us on swords or something or nemesis, and we've just been a dick and stole that kill. It does affect the mental personally. It does. If I needed the kill, then and someone else took it, it does get quite annoying. But being able
Yeah.
to, if you get the down and the other person cleans it up, you get that kill. Absolute W.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I do think that them adding that you can't steal downs is a very big W as well. I do fully agree. Also, you were saying here, Alex, if people play like Gears 3 nowadays, just like Gears 4 Core, it probably
Yeah,
would be to be fair, but everybody in that game, I mean, I think it's like it's like it's just like games evolving in general though. Like you look at like the old Gears games, like nobody was ever wall bouncing like they were on Gears 3. I think Gears 3 was probably where like proper wall bouncing came into play. I mean, granted, I know you couldn't really wall bounce too great on Gears 1 and Gears 2 anyways, but like it's the same as like when you go to Gears 4, people can go from Gears 4 back to Gears 3 and they would bounce more insane or they'd be doing other stuff like that, you know. So actually let's look at Gears 5. Sorry, hold on.
um, I agree though, Alex. People people like to glaze Gears 3, but they forget to remember that like every single gun, and I don't care what anyone says, this is literal factual. It is fact that every single gun in Gears 3 was overpowered. That's what made like anyone could play. If you wanted to be a Nasher player, you could two shot down someone from
Sorry, what game we're talking about here?
Gears
What's the
3.
context of the game here? Gears, right, okay, yeah.
Every single gun in Gears 3 is overpowered. And that's what makes Gears 3. I guess that's where it gets its charm from. Like the hammer burst, for instance, you could annihilate teams with a hammer burst. Lancer,
Yeah.
if you're accurate, you're hitting every shot. They're down easy. The Nasher shotgun, you could shotgun someone down two shot from further distances than Gears 4 and 5 combined. Like everyone likes to glaze Gears 3, but they, if someone was to go against a 4 stack or 5 stack against actual good players on Gears 3, they will hate it, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And then
No, they
people
probably
who
would.
play Gears 4 come and say the lance is not strong or everything's weak. That's where in my opinion, that's where like the good players shine. But that's just my opinion. It was a different time. People
No.
just played Gears 3 tune. Agreed.
So did you reply to like Barra there?
No. When you look at Gears 5 Lancer,
No.
it's very weak compared to this one.
Yeah, Gears 5 Lancer was, to be fair, I think it was always
Mm,
weak. Unless you had two Lancers on somebody, I think that Lancer was generally weak. I mean, was it not the first game that really had like a horrible? It was Bloom, isn't it? So it's like this was the first Gears game that had Bloom. So and I can't remember. Do they have Bloom on this game as well? They have Bloom on AD as well. But then again, I think that this Lancer hits better than Gears 5. Mm, I think they're very similar. They're very similar. I do believe that AD has a better Lancer, but they are very similar in, I would say, strength.
in my opinion, I think the Gears 5 Lancer is stronger than the Gears E-Day one. And the reason I say this is because, yes, there was Bloom in Gears 5, but you could be a lot more accurate with it, right? And if I was to go, let's say Brandon was pushing me, for instance, right? On Gears 5, I reckon I'll be able to down him. Gears E-Day, not so much. Because I feel like if you have an active on E-Day, yes, the Lancer is strong. It might be stronger than the Gears 5 on its base with an active. But um, I
But
think
at the same breath, with
I think the strength that people like Brandon said, the E-Day Lancer's stronger. It's because one, the aim assist, two, the stopping power. So if you get more, I guess it's like adrenaline.
and we now have perfect actives as well.
Yeah. So it's going to hit stronger than the Gears 5 Lancer. But I think
Yeah.
if we're going base to base, I think the Gears 5 Lancer is stronger.
I I can I think they're very similar. I think they're very similar. But I mean, I wasn't really a Lancer player to be fair. I like to just hit walls with my Nasher. So, but also in this game though, I fully believe that you're probably better off just pulling out a pistol if you're playing a Lancer. If you pull out a pistol in a Lancer fight, you are winning that fight because that pistol is so much better than the Lancer. So
Especially if you've got a
yeah.
trigger finger too.
Yeah, because I don't. Think we're established. I think there is a bit of a cap on it, but the cap is like very high though, so you can definitely shoot. Like maybe you could probably shoot your whole clip of snub before they've even got down to a quarter of their lancer. So I mean, like three quarters of the lancer. Like it's very quick. But yeah,
That's just my yeah.
okay. Well, let's move on to the part that everybody wants to hear and everybody wants to
Have we
complain
covered
about.
about smokes?
It's not a positive. I put it in the wrong part. It's not a positive because it actually
Ah,
says after. Like if you read the last bit of it.
right.
Yeah. Oh, go to the negatives now though. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, okay. So with the negatives, I would say a big part of it is the optimization. I think this is a
Agreed.
thing that every single player noticed as the first time they launched this game up was the optimization of the game. So I think that the like obviously you had your frames, there was everything you could have. So for example, the gameplay that you're seeing on the top left, I've got everything on low and I am streaming, so we'll give it a bit of, but when I was playing the game the first time round, so in the first beta, not the early access, sorry, the early access beta, not the pre-release one. Um, I was playing at maybe 45 to 50 frames, like 55. I wasn't on 60 frames. No, no, like there was no way I was on 60. Obviously, and I think especially like I haven't got a bad PC. I've got decent specs. I think most people in the community have decent specs, and everybody says, well, actually, there's proof that people have top end specs and are still struggling with this game, which proves that the optimization of the game is just piss. Um, we get it's on UE5. It's kind of new to people as well. Like obviously they're in new territory and everything like that. It's the first Gears game that was on UE5. So yeah, but the optimization is awful, and I don't think there's a single person here that would say that they didn't have a problem with the optimization of the game. But again, they've improved it though. I mean, they
They
brought out
have.
like an
They have.
NVIDIA like driver and stuff like that. But this weekend, that's just been I was able to play that game with no problems whatsoever. I was able to run the game, play the game, and I was sitting comfortably around like 60 to 75 frames. And as much as I know it doesn't seem great, I haven't got top end specs. I've got decent specs, but from what it was the first weekend, it was so much better. So they are actively improving, which is a good sign because they are listening to people. They're listening about the optimization, or even they've just noticed it themselves, like on like but they've heard the feedback. It'll be because they've heard the feedback. So yeah, but it was a lot better this weekend. But there still needs to be improvements, even if it is just like such as ray tracing to be disabled. There's people that can't play with ray tracing on, and it's
Can't
like
even some
essentially
people
they're
can't even
losing out on the
access the
money.
game because I'm talking about
They
Alex
still have
here.
ray tracing.
Their
Yeah.
GPU don't have ray tracing capabilities, so they are physically unable to load the game. I guarantee most people
Mhm.
don't play with ray tracing on. So the fact that you need a GPU that can actually use ray tracing is it's just not very good, in my opinion.
Yeah. And obviously, I think like they could also just add a setting though. It would just be a case of if like to recognize if that GPU was able to run with ray tracing, to then like enable it or disable it. You know what I mean? So obviously it doesn't mean that they have to, like, because that's like the like, so for example, Alex, no, Casper, so he still cannot load the game because ray tracing is automatically enabled in anyways. So why don't we just get rid of that option of it being on all the time, let the game recognize whether he has it or not, let him load the game, and then obviously you can tweak your settings. But anyways, like, you know I think that, again, there's just things that they can add though. This is stuff that they can improve the game. They can do this over time anyways. They've got 2 months to do this, so I have no doubt that they will sort this all out. So yeah,
Um,
right.
I agree with everything you said. I think the first weekend, the game was so hard to run. I swear to God, granted, I was running my game on medium and had what's the option called? I had it on like quality, so I could see the game for what it is, and I was pushing at 20, 25 frames. It was unplayable, and
Oh,
I don't know if it's because I turned everything down or if it is just they optimized it pretty well. But the last 2 days that we played, the game ran perfectly fine. I was able to.
oh, very nice.
I think I was. I don't know because I didn't have my FPS counter on, but I felt like I was on like 90 to 100 frames. It felt so much smoother than last weekend. So you know we
Yeah,
gotta give them the flowers for that one.
we do. Well, I think rambling about optimization enough. I think everybody already knows this in anyways, but
Yeah.
we'll progress. So I also believe this is gonna. So we'll talk about the FOV to be fair. So the FOV, there's no FOV slider, which I don't hate, but I also do believe that there should be an FOV slider. Like, like, again,
All
it's
modern
not
games have it.
critical. Yeah, I think on this game the FOV isn't terrible. Like, if we were to play like, yes, I don't know what the FOV is for this game, but it doesn't feel awful to be fair. But like, if you were to go obviously to Gears 5, well, like, I mean, look at Gears 5 for example, has an FOV slider. I think it was the first game that actually had an FOV slider for both Xbox and PC. Gears 4 had an FOV slider strictly for PC. Gears 5 implemented it for Xbox as well, or for console, sorry. Um, and then this game, there is no FOV slider at all, which I think's a bit naff.
It's a downgrade.
But
Every single, even when I was in my games course in college, I had an FPS, not an FPS. I had an FOV thing in my game, and
yeah,
my game was literally just walking around as Dom. There was no objectives. You couldn't shoot anything. I was just walking around a broken town as Dom, but I still had an FOV slider. So I'm sure if I can do it out of all people, the coalition can at least implement it.
yep. I
It's
mean, they've done it on Gears 5,
every
so I
single
mean, they gave
like
it they gave it a console.
modern games and modern gamers. need, well, they don't need. It's just having the option to have an FOV slider is quite nice, and
Yeah,
it will change people's like, how can I word it? You just you feel more comfortable. You don't feel as
yeah, no,
restricted
definitely.
with your character.
It's all just preference, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, some people like to play like super far away from the player. Some like to play like just normal. I mean, I don't think anybody likes to play closer to the player, but I think having the option, especially for this game, because with it being center screened and with the sense, especially, I think with the sensitivity being so slow, when somebody slides behind you, you can't see where that player is because it also takes so long for you to turn around. If you come out of a running animation and you need to turn, you don't know where you're turning to. They could be, they could be right next to you, but you can't see it because your FOV is too close to your player.
mhm.
You know what I mean? So
I've been
I think
effort.
an FOV slider for this game would be very, very beneficial for everybody.
I feel like I've had fights in the beta where, like you said, someone slid at me, and I don't know where they are because it's like my FOVs just went inside my character's brain, and
Yeah,
I literally don't know where they are, and then I end up dying. It's just not fun.
yeah.
But
It's not. It's not. Well, so as well with the FOV, with so I would assume that everybody's noticed this as well. So there's different FOVs for when you're hitting covers, when you're sliding, I believe as well. So you got hitting covers, sliding. I don't believe your FOV changes for when you're running, but this like constant in and out, sort of like panning on the character is so disturbing to play. Like they just need to fully remove it. Like fully remove it, and then obviously when you're out, when you're aiming in as well, of course, you're aiming in, so your perspective's going to change. But that is fine. That should be the only exception to your FOV actually changing. So just in general, your camera motion effects just needs to be, they need to
to a
be
bare,
gone. Like there's,
or at least a bare
yeah,
minimum. Like when I'm
yeah.
hitting a wall, I shouldn't feel
I shouldn't
like,
be staring at Lucas's arse. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I want to be seeing where I actually am
The
or
thing
where
that
I'm going.
annoys me most is when you lob a smoke, and do you know like Gears 5 where you just RT LT and
Yeah,
you try and
you
do that
quick
on this
throw it.
game,
Yeah,
your FOV, it's like you're playing in first person when you throw it. It's horrible.
yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you what, since we're there with the smokes as well, let's talk about
Oh, what?
throwables. Yeah, look at that.
Easy, mate.
So,
Easy.
my personal opinion, I know that people do like these smokes, and I despise them. I think these smokes are the worst smokes we've ever seen in any Gears game. I hate the fact that it's a direct impact. I know they've done it on Gears. I know they've done it on Gears 5. Doesn't make it any better. It should have went back to the original smoke of it being able to bounce. So it should have been like any other fucking Gears game. It should bounce. Um, then the throwing. Why does it feel like I'm throwing a car across the map? Because this guy cannot throw this smoke to save his life. It's as if he's just straight up underarming it. He hasn't got the
Yeah.
swing on it. I can see him swinging it, but he's not swinging. He's not. He's not throwing it
He's
with that
swinging his
swing.
sock, mate. He's swinging his sock.
Yeah, yeah. Like he's swinging a 2-ton car, right? It's not moving, right? So I think the throwables are absolutely awful on this game. The smokes are way too thick. You can't see a pixel of anything when you're in that smoke. But the enemy can always see you, but you can't see them.
Uh,
It's just how it works, right?
In my opinion,
Um,
I think the
I
smokes
just
are
dislike them.
okay, but I feel like the thickness of it, like you said, that does need tweaking. And like the radius of the smoke. Like I- I'm thinking on market where the incinerator is, right?
Hmm.
You lob a smoke from where the incinerator spawns to mid map. Granted, you are lobbing a 2 ton truck or a 6 ton truck, and it lands
Yep,
mid map.
16 wheeler is
And
in your
it's like
hands. Yep,
the whole fight within the market is just covered off in smoke. It's you can't see niche. Granted,
yep.
I can see why they've done it, but I feel like the smokes are way too strong. I feel like they could turn down like the thickness and the radius of it personally.
Yeah, I think the radius definitely needs to be lowered though. I hate the fact that it's like you're throwing one smoke and it's like a carpet bomb of smokes has
Yeah.
just come landing on the fucking map. Like you cannot see a thing, and it makes fights just unenjoyable. To be fair, a lot of the time. So no, I do fully agree that it needs to be tuned better. They need to actually make it so you can throw the grenade, and they also need to just then reduce the thickness of the smoke, and they need to reduce the width, like obviously the radius, like you say. What are you laughing about, mate? What's funny? What's tickled you?
When you said you was throwing it, and then I just imagine Dom throwing a car.
Right. Okay.
But yeah,
This is my
it
co-host, everyone. This is this guy. How
big
immature.
up, big up, big up.
This is a this is meant to be a mature game, mate. Are you not
Like
mature?
and subscribe. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be lobbing a car across map.
No,
Also,
not at all.
would you think it would be a good idea to have the smokes like? Do you know how if you ran a smoke in Gears 5, it was like it covered a minute part,
Uh,
nothing like the Gears E-Day smoke, right? Would you rather have the same smoke like animation in Gears E-Day, but have the radius of the Gears 5 smoke, or would you have it bigger than the Gears 5 one? Because if you remember Gears 5, you couldn't. It was effective, but it wasn't as effective. That's why not many people ran a smoke.
I think it was the duration of it, though. The duration was very, very limp. It was just like you would throw it, and it was like
It
it would
gone.
obviously go off, and then as soon as you actually got to where you need, like, say you need it to you need it across somewhere. So let's talk district for example. Okay, so we're playing from mid. We're gonna smoke off the left side as if we're going over towards nades, like grenades over in cinema. So we're gonna smoke the left side off. We're gonna hop over the fountain, and the smoke's already gone.
Yeah,
Like
and then you literally call your pants down then.
yeah, like I think duration is bad, but I think the smoke was decent. It covered enough space. You could throw the smoke. Um, And yes, but I think to be fair, if they just increased the duration, I think that smoke would have been fine. I think it would have been more viable. I think it was that you could only use smokes if you wanted to use smokes properly in Gears 5. You were only using them if you had two people using them. Otherwise, it wasn't really beneficial. Like you could use it to maybe transfer recover. You know what I mean? Like
Or smoke off
that's about as
juice.
much time as you would get. Yeah,
Smoke
that
off
that, that was
juice.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was again. It was just a very lackluster smoke. But
So would you
again,
say you
increased
would
duration.
prefer the Gears 5 smoke to this one?
I would prefer the Gears 5 smoke to this one, yes. But then if I had a preference, I would just go Gears 4 smoke. Give us a Gears 4 smoke. I think that was absolutely fine. Obviously, get rid of the stun. We don't need a stun, but just get rid of the actual stun. Sorry, give me a Gears 4 smoke without the stun effect. I don't need a big cover on my head. So, but yeah, very unhappy opinion on the smokes, though. I'm just not satisfied with them.
And
Well,
sliding
and it
into the
also
next one.
goes.
Oh, gone.
Go on, go on, go on. No, no, go on.
I
You're
was gonna
sliding into it.
I was gonna say we're sliding into the overall delay of the game. I can be the first person to say, why is there a delay? So, in my experience, you see, I don't know if people seen the Matt Adrenaline video he put up at the start of the beta, where you could see him transferring cover around the box on Horde, right? And the transition cover is a whole nother thing that we talk about. But the I try and do this. I'm spamming my cover button, and then I stop, and my character's still fucking spinning around, going and hitting every single one, and it's got me killed so
Hmm.
many times. Why is there a
Yeah,
delay?
yeah.
There shouldn't be a delay. I should press LB,
The
and I should see my guy do the animation, not press it and then a tiny minuscule delay and then do the thing. It's annoying. It's no one likes it. It should be gone.
yeah, there should definitely be no delay. There was no reason for there to be delay, especially for a game made in 2026. There should be no delay on a controller. Like, why do I feel like I'm going back to playing UE or Reloaded? Why do I feel the delay? Like, it's not even like it's like a tight. Well, do you know what it is? It's a slight delay. It's not a huge. It's not like it's not like minutes between the delay, but it's noticeable enough to where it's like I feel like I'm still at a disadvantage. I have to literally predict what my opponent's gonna do, so that I don't die because there's a delay. You know what I mean? And everybody's in the same situation. Everybody has this delay. Obviously, I don't know what it's like on mouse and keyboard, um, but I know from a controller, it doesn't feel too great. And I know that PC and an Xbox controller on a PC can sometimes have a bit of delay, but it doesn't feel very nice at all. But I noticed this the first game that I was playing on this game. I realized that there was a delay in the game.
It just shouldn't be there. Full stop.
It shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. There's not really an excuse for it. So yeah,
I hope that gets changed.
but
Come the
yeah.
launch. Um,
Come the
is
launch,
anyone else?
expecting no delay.
The running camera. What's your thoughts on the running camera?
So I think it's a load of shite. Again, this is down to sensitivity now though. So again, this is more in-game settings. It's the same with like having an FOV slider, optimization, all this sort of shit. Why am I turning like I'm in a tank when I come out of my run animation? No
It.
reason.
Mm,
Like, like yeah, fair enough. I can stop my run. I can stop my run and turn. I should be turning at the sensitivity that my game is on. I shouldn't be turning as if I'm still in my running animation. When I'm out of it, I've stopped. I'm turning, just very, very slow. Like like there's why? Why is that a feature? Whether it's a bug, whether it's intentional, it's a load of shite. It needs to
it
be removed.
agreed. And
It needs to
to
be removed.
on the same similar subject, the speed of the camera when you've got the scoreboard up is insane.
Yep.
I'm looking to see how I'm doing in the game, and then I turn to see what like
Oh,
to hit a wall, and all of a sudden I'm spinning around like fucking ballerina. Like,
yeah.
eh,
Now you run 300 cents.
yeah, like why? It shouldn't be. I that's probably like a bug. It same with the slowness coming out of the run animation. I think it is a bug. I don't think it's intentional. But if it is intentional,
Why?
why? Yeah.
Why?
Why would you intentionally slow down? Like, imagine you're running towards someone, right? You've got your teammates just at their one shot, so you're running out wide, and then you're turning like a pissing robot just to hit them. And then by the time you've actually reached and turned, they've already either healed or they're running at you.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be there. Get it gone.
Yep. It's stupid. It is stupid. Right. Also, God, no running on walls. Why?
Ooh.
Why would they remove this? Everybody has done this, right? You go to hit the edge of the wall to go for a back air or an up air, right? You misjudge your wall, you hit literally just on the side of it, so you've missed the cover link to up air round. Sometimes you like to, to speed things up, you would just run across the wall to quickly get to the end of the wall. No, not on this game. You are slowly crab walking across this wall, waiting for your demise to be met, because this guy's already up 8 round because he hit the cover link fine, but because you missed it by an inch, you are dead because you can't run across this wall. And there's other times as well where you're trying to you just need to run across a wall. Just it's like essentially it's another form of strafing, isn't it? Like sometimes you'll hit the back of a wall and you'll strafe on the wall. Kind of do it, like you
In
know,
my like, if we go back to Gears 5, for example, right? And you're fighting, let's say you're fighting mid box on district. I want to be able to run on the far side of the wall to either escape getting uppaid or just to just having the you shoot, you've run across the wall, you shoot again, run again. Like, I don't want to be crawling on the wall. I feel slow. It's like I'm stuck in mud. Why should I be stuck in mud when I'm in
yep.
cover? Like, I get that you want to try and
So
make it realistic and you want to make us feel like we're in massive clunky armor. I get it, but it doesn't flow with the game, especially in multiplayer. Like,
Doesn't.
if you want to do it in campaign and horde, fine, but it should be gone in multiplayer because it gets me. I'm sure it gets me killed certainly, but I'm sure it gets other people killed too. Like, I
Yeah.
want to take it over the top fight and not be stuck in fucking super glue while I'm trying to shoot. And then
Yep.
I've got the other person at the other end. All he has to do is pull off and shoot because it's center screen and cover doesn't mean anything, which I'm sure we'll go into right
Oh
now.
well.
Actually,
Oh, we
Whew,
will. Well,
whew,
hey, okay, let's go into it now.
we're
Let's
fucking
go
on
into it
it.
now. So, covers. Covers in this game mean nothing unless you're
Cover,
up in around.
cover, base, shooter.
Yep. Covers don't mean anything. With center screen shooting on this game, you can stand in front of a person that is sat on the cover, person that is taking cover, and you can kill them by standing there and shooting over the top. Don't have to hit the wall, but because it's center screened, all you have to do is just look down and you kill them. Any other game, you get punished for that. Any other game. But this game, you get rewarded for standing there like a melon and you get the chunk. So, cover based shooter, center screen shooting, it is stupid. I do have a reference photo. I do have a reference photo. I'll have to go. Uh, don't know if I'll be able to pull it up actually, because I think it'll cut off all the stuff.
I will say, for the argument of cover based shooting, Gears 4 and Gears 5, granted, some covers in Gears 4, I'm especially speaking about Lift, you could chip someone and, you know, but in my opinion, that's fine because if you, let's say we're looking at the original Lift, we're at Boltok and the other person's at like the gate before you get to snipe, right? I'm thinking of the clip between you and Casper's, right?
Mm,
Where he's able to chip you away. He's not able to full on brick you. He's able to chip you enough until you go down, right?
yeah,
Granted, you're in cover. It shouldn't really happen, but it's it's a 50-50, right? If you can see, like, there's some covers in previous games where you're like, why am I not able to shoot this person? And you can see your reticle on them, you can see your bullets hit them, but it's not getting registered. It's like
yeah,
there's an invisible barrier for you hitting the person, and then roles reverse where you're in cover and you're able to get shot in cover. Right? It is what it is. But this game, cover means absolutely pish. Like Brandon says, you could just stand there and you're in cover, fucking like this, and the other person just sat there with a shotgun like this. And since it's center screen, they can get a full on chunk for you
and you will die.
playing a cover based
You will
shooter.
die.
It shouldn't be a thing. Full stop.
Yep.
It's not fun.
Right. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the cam off for a second. We're gonna get a reference photo here, right? Just turn the cam off here. I'm gonna get these photos
Why
up
don't
so
you
that we
do
can
the
all.
if you go to source and then go to image, if you got the image saved,
So I haven't got it saved now. It's
you
alright.
can.
Hold on.
Uh,
Okay, so we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Okay, so might have to get a bit of a. Can we get a zoom in on this? Let's get a. Okay. Oh wait, no, hold on. Wrong photo actually. Wrong photo. Okay, so
It's just looked at
I
his
don't know if we can
penis.
say this. We kind of say this in. Kind of say it too well to be fair. It's a bit hard to say, but either way, right? So for the context of the photo here, I am in a cover, and this player is stood over the cover. What do we think happens next? You know, surely this guy shouldn't kill us because I'm in cover. The follow-up image is me dying. You know, so it is pretty. This shouldn't happen. This shouldn't be a possibility for we shouldn't be dying like this. Um,
Agreed, Lightbearer.
but again,
Agreed.
this would be down to obviously with it being center screened. So there's shots that you can take which you're not really meant to be able to take. And again, I don't mind center screen shooting, but you get punished for playing covers, which is stupid. You shouldn't
In a
get punished for
cover-based
playing them.
shooter game, which is literally the Gears
Yeah,
of War
exactly.
identity.
Yeah, which is the genre of the game, a cover-based shooter. You know.
But you're better off just running, sliding, jumping on someone's wall. There's no point getting
Yep.
cover.
Literally. Literally.
Um,
I do agree as well, like Barrow as well. I would also like to say I do agree. I think Horde is actually phenomenal. I think it is a very fun game mode to play.
Horde is in a good
We have
place.
got a little, we have, yeah, I was gonna say, we do have a little bit to say about Horde. We can't comment too much on it because we haven't played enough of Horde. Um, but from what we played, Horde is very fun. Me and Jack will probably put quite a few hours into that. For whatever reason it might be. God forbid there's a skin that you have to get max level on every class on, because we'll get it done within a day.
Agreed.
So
Especially
yeah,
if it's nice.
no, exactly. Actually, regardless if it's nice or not, I'm getting every skin in this game because that's how passionate I am. Yeah.
Marks on
Yeah. Well,
enemies. I would just want
yes.
to point out, why can I see someone from when they spawn in to when they die? Why is there just an arrow like this on top of their dome, stalking
What
them?
time was Arrow?
Why? I don't even know how it is. It because you're on a kill streak, or you've got them on swords and you can see each other? I don't know. Why?
Yeah, I have
Like,
no idea.
in previous games, you could hold your TACCOM and you could, if you can see them in your TACCOM, they will have like a sword above their head, telling you that this person is royally dicking you and you need to kill them to get this off your screen. It is very annoying. And when they kill you, you've got the swords next to them. Why can I see them?
Yep.
Like, there was a time where we was on market. I was, I was doing my thing, and all of a sudden I could see where this one. It takes away all planning, and it literally neglects the other team on how to play. Like,
Yep. Because they're gonna come into this market and they're gonna get obliterated because the whole team set up because they seen where they
yeah,
spawned. There's none of this, like, oh, which side of the spawning, where other, it's like, no, you know where they are, you know where they're coming from. You can say if somebody throws a smoke, doesn't matter, because you can see him through the smoke because the mark's on top of his head.
yeah,
Like
it's
there's, yeah, like you say,
how how
it's stupid.
how do you even get it? It just randomly happens mid game, and
I don't know.
but
If it's intentional, it needs to be removed. Um, Unless, like, they done it, I think they've done it on other games, didn't they, with like the Nemesis. When you had people on Nemesis, you were able to say
but
them.
you
I'm pretty sure you were able to say them.
you had to actually see them. Like, you had to see their character to actually see them. Though you couldn't just
See the
tack on
mark.
through the
Yeah,
entire map like you can on
yeah,
this. Also, marks on enemies. It is in the same ballpark of what we've just been talking about. Why am I trying to mark someone from my team, and then I'm just marking a point of interest, except for marking the actual enemy because of the fucking minuscule delay? Unless the guy is actually
yeah.
running, like, out in the wild,
In the
hunting
open.
prey. Yeah,
Yeah,
hunting prey, doing whatever he needs to do. Why is the mark only just getting work then? I want to be able to press my left stick in and mark this guy because, you know, I've seen my teammates get killed because of this. I'm just marking
there's
a
no
point.
marks.
I'm
You
marking a
can't
point.
mark
I'm marking the bloody melons on the side of the
the wall that
market.
he's on.
Yep, marking the wall, marking the point of interest around him, except from the actual person. It's
Yep.
annoying. It's like there's a delay in trying to get the mark. It shouldn't be a thing. Just go back
Yeah,
to what it was in Gears 4 and Gears 5 and previous titles, where you could,
yeah,
if your thing's on them, you mark them, and you can tack on and you can see where they are for until your mark disappears.
yeah. So
It
I would
shouldn't
like to add on to that. I would like to add on.
go on.
So I do believe that the marks, like obviously that you're able to mark a cover and the team can see it. I think that is a good feature. I think the ability to mark, obviously a wall, so there could be hiding, for example. There could be, and you can say, oh, they're behind that wall, mark the wall, they know what wall you're on about. That now they're no longer, they're no longer secret manning. But they need to prioritize marking the player before they mark the
Yes,
objects. I
yes.
think obviously whether I don't know whether they can do that or not. I would assume they can, because I mean, they're a big company. They should be able to do that, figure that out.
They're big boys
But I
and
would,
girls.
yeah, I was gonna say I would definitely keep the mark, like the way that the marks are now. I would keep the feature to be able to mark cover, but again, prioritize the player before marking the cover.
Yes,
And there's also a thing that I've noticed as well. So, usually, obviously, I know that smokes neglect the mark, like you can't mark somebody if they're in a smoke, which is obviously understandable. But obviously, there must be pixels, like obviously you've got the actual smoke itself. So this is the smoke, but then the actual radius of the smoke might be like that, like the tip of my fingers. So but there's no smoke on these edges here. So if there's a player on the outside there, you can't mark them because they're still in the smoke, even though they're not. And it's like no mark comes out at all. You know what I mean? It's like again, these are just like little things though that they can tweak. They can fix this sort of stuff. Um, but yeah, I did get very frustrated. And there was a lot of times I get frustrated at the team as well though, because I'm like, why are they not marked? Because there is no reason for them not
yeah.
to be marked when you're staring at them. And then it's like, oh wait, hold on, you pinged the wall that they're on. Even though like I'm like, well, I know that you've tried to mark, but the mark hasn't come out. You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like it costs fights. It does
It
cost
it, it
fights.
does it does. And again, with especially multiplayer being such a very team-orientated game, especially if we do see a comp scene in this game as well, if I don't have marks, I will be fuming because marks are so crucial in team fights.
Agreed.
So
And
it's
I
just
just want
any,
to
yeah,
go on what Lightbearer said about the spawns. It's like I'm playing Gears 4 King of the Hill all over again with spawns.
yep,
Why am I spawning with the enemy team and then we're both looking at each other until the spawn protection goes away and then we end up getting trade and then we're back on a 12-second respawn. It is the most annoying thing ever. I shouldn't be spawning
yep.
with the enemy team, period. It shouldn't be a thing, period. I don't know if they
Definitely.
have set spawns. It shouldn't be a good thing, but
Yeah, but they need
you,
they need to build. Obviously, if both teams die, there's no reason to put you both in the same spawn point.
yeah,
They need to separate them.
agreed.
Like regardless if it's just on the opposite side of the wall or something. You know what I mean? I don't really care. But don't be making it so that I'm running out of spawn and hearing two loud, groggy footsteps behind us, and I turn around and there's a bloke there ready to blast us
Yeah,
because he spawned behind me. Like, it's so stupid. Like, the amount of times I've rolled out of spawn and said, boys, turn around, they've spawned with it, and you turn around, the whole armada set up there, like, then you've got a 4v4 on the spawn. Like, it's stupid. It is so stupid. And
shouldn't be a
but I
thing.
mean, this is no news for Gears, though, is it? I mean, every game's had this, every title's had this.
But
It's just
it's like
stupid.
it's up there with Gears 4 King of the Hill, then,
Yeah,
where you're
no,
literally
definitely.
spawning
Because I
with them.
remember, yeah, like
Yeah,
Raven Down spawns, like them. That they were awful.
but no, the
Well,
spawns do need fixing. I'm with you on that one, Lightbearer.
yeah, should be an easy fix for them though. I wouldn't imagine it being too hard. But yeah, then we'll move on. So obviously we've got inconsistent spawns, and then what we've got
Ooh,
next? The
inconsistent
inconsistent
Nash.
Nasher. So obviously we spoke about this a bit earlier as well. So we talked about the Nasher being inconsistent. So I'll mention what Jack said the other day. So I think I was streaming my game and he was watching the stream, and there was a situation where I'd turned around and I'd point blank this guy very very clearly point blanked him. Nasher is in his throat, and he hasn't died. I've hit a full spread on him, hasn't died, but then he killed me from the same distance. And Jack says, he said, could it not be down to a frame, like a frame issue? So obviously an FPS. So me being on lower frames than the player I was fighting, they could have been on higher, so then their shots have registered better or something, right? So obviously I was like, well, surely not, but it could be a thing, because what is the reasoning behind? I've hit every shot, I've hit every pellet hit them,
You did.
yet they somehow survived this shot, you know? And it's like, and then there's also times where it's like I can get a two shot down from miles away, but then I can't two shot down somebody that is in my face, or better yet, I down somebody when it should have been a chunk. Like they're literally in front of us and I've downed them. It is like it's inconsistent, and it's like you can't understand the Nasher,
Yeah,
you know. Go on.
it reminds me so much of Gears of War Reloaded, and you know my feelings about that. Gears of War Reloaded
Yeah, I do.
had the worst Nasher I in any Gears title ever. I will I'll bring the arguments if anyone wants to try and debate me on it. Gears of War Reloaded had the most inconsistent Nasher ever, and Gears of War Elite is probably it's not as inconsistent as Reloaded. I'll give it that, but it's still inconsistent. And I don't know about any of you, but I like to Gears 4, Gears 5. I could play around. I knew how the shotgun worked. I knew if I was in a chunk distance, so if I was one or two shot down distance, right? It's just it's something you learn. You can't learn it in this game because the amount of times someone's been in an up A animation, up A'd me from across the like Ephera is
Yep.
crazy. Like it's like your the up A animation has like another 2 foot steps, and that's where the shot comes out after the 2 foot steps, and you're basically in someone's throat, and I'm getting chunked, legit chunked from like a 3 shot distance range. Well, I think it is anyway. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I'll pay them, and my shot, I'm shooting marshmallows. It's
Yep.
it's not fun. It makes me not want to play the game. Um,
It's a hard Nasher to understand, whether there is any understanding to it.
when I've put more time into it, I feel I'm more comfortable with aiming in and shooting them, but I didn't at the start. I said
Yeah.
at the very start I was insecure about this how to play because I could play the same game on different titles. This one I'm having to play completely different. I'm having to relearn how to play a game that I've loved for 17, 18 years. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be a thing. And the way I said it was FPS based because I know in other games like GTA 5 for example, right? There's a few things where it's purely based on FPS. If you're on 60 FPS, the gates open faster or stuff like this, right? And I could be completely wrong with why the hit reg is bugged and weird, and it. I don't want to believe that it's down to FPS, but if it is, that is stupid. Because if you're on an absolutely cracked PC, like I'm talking 5090, the best CPU, 120,000 gig of RAM, like you those players will be the best at the game, and that is not fair. At a point, that is literally not fair because how are you meant to
Yeah.
get? They'll be shooting better shots than you, and you could be the best player in the world, but if you're on a shit PC, and if it is down to FPS, then you are screwed. But I hope I'm wrong on that. Is there anything you want to add?
Oh, no, I don't. But actually, in the gameplay footage right there, that was actually the situation of where I point blank the guy and he didn't die. Funny enough. But yeah, I have nothing to add on to that though. Again, I think we've covered how shit the Nasher is.
Mm. The retro
Oh,
penis,
yep.
because we covered the hit reg.
Oh yes. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Can we divert a bit? Can we talk about the aim assist? Because we haven't actually got it written down here, but I really, really,
Go on.
really, really want to talk about that aim assist. Aim assist needs to be removed from ranked. Have it on social, have it in have it in social, have it on the campaign, have it on horde. Remove it for ranked. Ranked is meant to be a game where people test the skill, so it's down to just raw skill. Why have people got JSONs from Gears 5 implemented into default aim assist in ranked. Absolutely baffling. It is so overpowered to the point where you cannot outplay anybody because if you slide, their aim is it doesn't leave you. Their aim assist will not let go of you, just like a toxic X. They will not let go, you know? So that was that was sorry, that was just like a play of words. Anyways, aim assist needs to be gone in ranked. Needs to be gone. Get it gone. Same with you had the different settings on aim assist as well. You had the what was it, the snap aim or whatever I think it was. That was built-in aimbot. You would literally snap onto somebody, and it was brutal. Like such a disgusting. Like if you wanted a pop shot, put on snap on aim assist, and you were not missing a shot. Like, how does that make sense? But then, better yet, the aim assist is also so good, yet so shit, because the amount of times that I would aim at somebody, as soon as I shoot that bullet, why does the aim assist then drag us off them? If we're gonna have aim assist, let's be consistent with the aim assist. Like give us aimbot if you're gonna give us aimbot, or otherwise, remove it. It is so broken and so shit that it needs to be gone from ranked. Again, keep it in everything else. If people want to play with it, they can have it on, but remove it for ranked. Rant over.
I want to say my point on this, right? You could go into Gears 5 Horde right now and you won't have the same amount of aim assist than you would in Gears E-Day multiplayer. You've got more aim assist in PvP ranked in E-Day than you do in Horde on any other title. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Like I know people complained about the aim assist in Gears 5, but that is nowhere near as bad as E-Day. Like
Yeah.
if like Brandon said, if we're trying to outplay someone and we've hit a wall and they're aiming over here, the shot still hits over here. Why? Because of aim assist. I know
Yep.
for a fact they didn't. I didn't even know I was going to do it until I done it. So how the fuck are they supposed to know that I was going to do it? Is it
Yeah.
down to maybe ping? That's another thing that we haven't wrote down. There should be a,
Yeah.
a ping
Yeah.
option and an
There
FPS
is.
counter. Oh yeah, but I mean, like, do you know in Gears 5 you could see what everyone else's ping is on in the leaderboard,
Oh right. Yeah. Yeah. You mean yeah? Okay, I get that. Yeah.
and there should be an
But even then,
FPS.
though, even then, servers. So on our servers, we're on 50 to 40 ping. We weren't actually on anything lower than 30. So I don't know what servers we're playing off, but it wasn't our actual host. So they need to sort out the connection as well. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, they should add that in the game as well, like you're saying, like a ping, like to show everybody else's.
There should be a FPS thing built in. I want to see what FPS I'm on. Grant, I could use
Yeah,
Nvidia's overlay. I could use whatever. Why Gears 5 had it? Why can't this? Like
Gears 4 had it.
Gears 4 had it too. Like there's no reason why we shouldn't have these modern day things in a modern day game.
Yeah.
It,
Like these,
when
I feel like these are just quite basic things as well,
Yeah,
but people like to see what frames they're playing on, what ping they're on.
these are literally
Like,
basic things in modern day shooters.
yeah, yeah,
FOV, see what ping everyone's on, and FPS counter.
yeah,
Like we're not trying to ask for a lot. We're just asking for the minimum of what FPS shooters and what you had in previous titles. It's like we're going down the FIFA route, or of people like things getting,
Hmm,
or Call of Duty, where things are getting removed when they were in previous titles. Why? It shouldn't be a
yeah.
thing.
But it's not even like it's affecting the gameplay itself though either. This is just for us, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
yes, I like to see what ping I'm on. Yes, I like to know what frames I'm on. Like, we don't need to remove that. Like, yeah, like change the core of the game, but give us we fucking FPS counter. Give us we ping, you know. I
We're
know I do
literally
get that.
stranded. We're literally we're like stranded to the cog. We're
We are. I
we are
am like
just
the Ashman.
we are fucking niche. We're asking for rations.
Yeah, we are. We are. It's like, which is just the basics, you know. But yeah, but we'll move on from the aim assist though, and the FAS counters, and we'll talk about the retro
The
lancer,
retro, the retro cat.
the retro, which is what I like to call it, the retro, because I don't pronounce my T's over in Geordie land. So yeah, the retro lancer. Um, but then this is gonna go like sort of into just power weapons in general. I think the power weapons in this game are either I think most of them are quite overpowered, so we'll start with the retro. I think the sorry, I saw you smirk. Um, so I think
I was taking
the
my
gun
treatment.
itself is super duper broken. Um, I think you can control way too much with the weapon. I get it's a power weapon, but if you're gonna make it that strong, then make it a single power weapon. Don't make it a double power weapon, which everybody has, or which the other team can pick up 2 times if your team doesn't pick it up. You know, so I think it makes it very unplayable, especially for the gameplay that you're seeing at the top left as well. We're playing on Market, which is the weapon, which is the map which it spawns on. The hill which I've just spawned at here. Um, if you have 2 retro lancers on that hill, you are not moving. Nobody, you are not breaking that hill. Nobody's getting onto that hill, and if they are, they're down within 0.2 seconds anyways because it's insane. Aim assist, actives, and that gun are like it's literally just like it's like hell in a gun. It is insane. But go ahead, get your opinion out on it because I know you got a different one.
I do have a different one, and I briefly touched on it earlier. But the retro, in its base value, is okay in my opinion. It just reminds me of Gears 5, Gears 4, Gears 3 retro. I literally said this in. I said this to you when I played the early beta. It's like it. Everyone likes to say it's strong, which it is. I'm not saying it's not strong, but you've got to see that it is one, a power weapon. Two, you can. It's basically the same copy and paste as it was in Gears 4 and Gears 5. If you had an active retro on Gears 4, that person is going down within 3 to 4 shots. Maybe like 4 to 6 shots, maybe, if you're accurate with it. But it was easier to use in Gears 4 and 5, but it didn't have the aim assist that ED does. I think the gun itself is good. It's the aim assist that carries the gun. Because I know in my experience when I've used the retro and on market, it's where I go to every single time I spawn in. It's go to retro. The amount of times where I know I've missed and I'm relying on the aim assist to get down. I feel
Yeah.
like you tune down that aim assist, the retro will be harder than it was in Gears 4 and 5, and it'll still do the same amount of damage.
I
Granted,
agree.
if you are
I think the core of it is the aim assist though.
if you are accurate with the gun, yes, it's over. Like it is very strong. Like we're not dense. We know if 2 people have got a retro in spawn on market, that's going to be a bitch of a hill to push. But if they're not, you take away the strong aim assist, and it's down to hitting that shot. I think most people will struggle unless you are naturally gifted at hitting shots with an AR, like a Lancer, Retro Lancer, Hammer Burst.
Yeah.
But think of it like the Hammer Burst. Not many people picked up the Hammer Burst because it's only on Outpost. That gun is overpowered, but it's literally the Gears 4 core Hammer Burst. It is. You could down someone within 2 to 3 bursts. It's People like to highlight the retro, but the Hammer Burst I would say is probably even stronger than the retro, in my opinion.
I mean, people don't really pick it up though, because I mean, it's a hammy, isn't it? I mean, it's a burst fire weapon, and
But it's
I mean,
still as
I
strong.
didn't really use it too much. Yeah, I didn't use it too much to be fair,
I don't know. I feel
so I
like
couldn't
it's.
comment too much on it.
I think the aim assist is the big problem here. I don't think it's down to the weapons themselves,
Yeah,
unless we're
no,
talking
no doubt
about
it will be the aim assist. Yeah.
the gut puncher.
Well, let's get onto it. Go ahead. You start us off with. You start us off. You tell me.
Short and simple. The gut puncher shouldn't have 6 shots. It's if you let's say it this way. The gut puncher is similar to the boom shot. It's an explosive weapon. If you're accurate, you get the kill. If you don't, whatever. Every single title either has 2 or 1 boom shots. If it's control esports, you've got 1 boom shot, I believe. But in like normal control, it's 2 shots. Same with the drop shot, you have 3 shots. Why does the gut puncher have 6 shots?
Yeah,
The max
doesn't
it
need
should
six
the
shots.
max it should have is 3 to 4. Think of it like a drop shot because it basically it's like a drop shot.
It is, yeah. Because
So
you can detonate it yourself.
yeah, it's why are we having 6 shots? 6 shots can literally, if you are a very good player, I'm speaking about Kyujin here, you could carry that single gut puncher for 2 hills. If we're being honest here, we could I think market. You bomb everyone. You still got, let's say, 3 shots left. We've just won the first hill, and you still got 3 shots left for the second hill. You could stop their play, and then that's you're 2-0 up for what? Picking up
I was gonna
one
say
power
put them on a
weapon.
full squad wipe, and then there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're done.
it's that's my view. I think the incinerator's in a good place. Maybe it could do with like a little less ammo, like 1 to 2 shots.
I was
But
thinking. I was sorry. I was also gonna say I was thinking of like changing, like, like obviously there's like a wind up speed to shooting. I would say maybe reduce it just a little bit, because I think again with the aim assist, when you're trying to charge it up on somebody, and because the game is quite fast, it can be fast paced. Somebody up base around the wall, you're just gonna miss them. But I think there needs to just be like a slight tuning on the wind up time to shooting the shot. And again, I do agree. There needs to be less ammo. I think there needs to be less ammo in all of these power weapons. So I think there's too much.
would you say the retro needs less ammo?
In its current state, yes. Unless they remove aim assist, but even then, I would need to understand how it would feel with people that don't have aim assist, because I can guarantee you the weapon wouldn't be as much of a problem if there wasn't aim assist in ranked. So
Agreed.
I can't really comment. For what it stands now, yes, it needs less ammo.
That's fair.
It needs to be removed, in fact. So yeah,
The weapon that does need removing though is the Vulcan out of ranked.
get rid of that fucking gun. Why is it ever in ranked? Why we're ever having heavy weapons in a ranked game mode? Don't give us that. Give us something else. Give us something else to counter
The
the
talk
Vulcan.
bow.
Because what can you do to counter a Vulcan? Yeah, but yeah, literally, give her a
Repl-
talk boy. To be fair, if the actually, I was gonna say they could have given her the gut puncher again, but no. Why didn't they give her that? Why didn't they give her that new gun? That LMG one, the claw, the new claw, or old claw actually. Why didn't they just give her that? You know what I mean? Like it's something else. We don't need a heavy weapon, which is literally the fucking mulcher, but then we're gonna call it the Vulcan. Just to throw, just as a throwback, you know what I mean? Like we don't need that fucking gun in ranked. It needs gone.
I'm with you. It does.
Oh, actually, if anything, if we're gonna add the Vulcan back in, let's get the second player on the fucking box to wind that ammo up into it. You know, like let's make that shit a two-person gun. Like, but
It
that
shouldn't be.
gun
It
just
should be
needs
on the
to be
map.
gone. Or again, reduce the ammo, because you can probably, I think, if I think on average when you pick up that gun, I think you're pretty much guaranteed to get at least. I'm gonna actually say yeah, at least getting 5 to 6 kills with that weapon, and I think 5 to 6 kills with a power weapon like that is a little bit extreme. Like I don't think there's any other gun in any other Gears game really that you're gonna get that many kills with. Like unless we're thinking of like maybe a sniper if you're hitting every headshot. But even then, are you gonna hit every headshot? No. So yeah,
I think it should
that
be replaced
needs
with like a talk bow or something. Like we
yeah
don't, like you said, we don't need a heavy weapon in ranked.
no.
What map can you think of
I think
where, except from maybe Glory out of Gears 4, where you literally have a fucking turret you can go on? You shouldn't have a heavy
yeah. I mean
weapon.
the only games I can only think of like going back to like maybe like Rustling on Gears 4 where you're able to get the salvo. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like that was like that used to be like you'd have to like actually actively work to get that gun to actually come up, and then once the gun came up, it was then in the open where everyone you were literally in the firing range. If you picked that gun up, 9 times out of 10 you were just dead anyways because you were
Mm.
running over to pick it up in the open, you know. Or like, or then you would be going back to Gears 3, which would be like using the mortar, you know, like on trenches, or using the mortar on like what was it, Azura. Like there was a lot of, I don't know. Again, just heavy weapons aren't meant for ranked. I would just keep them out of ranked. I mean, I think did they not remove them on Gears 5? Like look at like Blood Drive for example. They got I'm pretty sure they got rid of it used to be Buzzkill, no? Or was that Gears 4?
Buzzkill was still in Relic on Gears 4 in ranked.
Yeah, it was actually. But again, nobody picked that up though, because it was like you got punished for using it. To be fair, but they had the weapon to well, they had weapons to counter that. I mean, the tuning was good, and then you had the T-bow or the M-bar. So if you ever picked your head up, you were just fucked. Whereas with this gun, you're able to just. Wait, actually, saying that on Gears 4, you weren't able to just walk and shoot, were you? I'm pretty sure you had to. Oh no,
No,
you were.
you
You
was
were.
able to
Never mind.
walk and shoot, but you weren't able to aim with the heavy weapon, or
Oh
else
yeah,
you'll
cause
be
yeah,
smacking
they're putting
yourself
you
on
on
the
the
floor.
floor. Yeah. I don't know if that was Gears 3 or if it was Gears 4, but no, yeah. So again, even if it was like that, get rid of being able to walk and aim at the same time, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Alex. Like
Yeah,
there was weapons to counter it, whereas on
and it
this
wasn't
game,
even
the
that strong
only
either,
weapon you have.
unless. Sorry.
Nah, it wasn't. Nah, no, no, it's fine. But no, you are right. It wasn't that strong. Like again, unless somebody was like fucking, average Jonas and had all the lineups and everything, like all the trajectory of each blade, then it was such a unthreatening weapon. But whereas as Vulcan, the only weapon to counter it is the sniper, because the other two weapon pick no, sorry, the other no, those are hammy. But again, it's just another. It's not a power weapon. You need a power weapon to counter a power weapon, you know. So yeah,
I will say though,
maybe it was just poor choice of weapon. Like yeah. Go on.
I will say, if you picked up Vulcan and you're playing that first hill, I feel like in my head you are jumping down where like do you know where the tower is, where you can jump from the tower to mit on top of the bridge.
Yeah,
You're sitting below there realistically, or you're sitting in the open, so you could just hold a right hand advantage and basically shoot through the wall, and you could get that down. That's what I used to do whenever someone had it. So you could, there was ways to counter it without a power weapon, but in general, if you're playing that second hill and you've got the Vulcan, you are fucked. You are not touching that hill.
yeah,
If someone's actually good with the weapon, it's not, you ain't touching that hill.
yeah. And again, it's like it's not like you have it for the whole hill, because the you do burn through that ammo with that gun. But I think the gun in itself is very, very strong. And again, you're probably gonna end up getting a team wipe before they even get onto the hill because you've got that weapon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it's not meant. It's just not meant. I'd rather die against a claw that was actually, you know, a counterable power weapon than play against a fucking Vulcan. So all in all, get rid of that fucking gun. Absolute shite.
Do you want to talk about this next one first?
I will love to talk about this one. So we've already talked about we've already talked about the smokes, how it's like throwing a car, um, and like the way that you throw it, like the duration, thickness, all this sort of stuff. We're gonna talk about the same, but with the stuns and the stems.
Yay.
Who can honestly say that we've actively went and been like, oh shit, we need to go pick up that? No one. When you're pressing your TACCOM, you're seeing what power weapons are up, right? You've got the option between the stems or ensigns. We're gonna go for the ensign, right? And even then, when we're on the hill, we're set up on the hill, like stems are in front of it. There's a big pop-up saying hold your button to pick it up. Are we picking it up? No. Why? Because it's fucking useless. Like I picked them up maybe a total of 3 times and threw them within the space of 2 seconds on my teammates that were just in a fight round the corner. And did it help them? Did it fuck? So like, what actually is the point in them? You know, like maybe if it was like. I think Judgment did it, didn't they? Where they had it as like a lingering, like it lingered for a bit before it disappeared. Or am I tweaking?
Mm,
Can't remember fully. I don't remember if it
I can't
lingered for a bit
remember.
or not. But either way, if they were gonna do something like with the stem, maybe have it linger a little bit. I wasn't aware of whether it healed the enemy team or not either. I didn't really know. Um, but yeah, and then same with the stuns. The stuns are just fucking stupid. The fact you can stun your own team as well when you're throwing this brick across the map, is stupid. And again, it was just a one of them where it was like it was just pointless to pick it up. It gave you no benefit
I
really.
don't
They can
think I.
still shoot.
Sorry, I don't think I ever
Like
picked up the
no, no,
stuns on market ever. I didn't even know they were a spawn until I seen. I think it was swag shots that went for them. I'm like, I didn't even know they were a thing. Like,
yeah,
why? This is the thing I was going to ask. Do you think we replace the ensigns on outpost with grenades, and then replace the stems with ensigns? The reason why I say this is because damn on Gears 4 and 5, you had ensigns both sides, and then you had nades to play in on the other side of the map. I'm not saying that is
yeah,
it, but if let's say we keep the Vulcan there, right? Would you rather have the Vulcan there and two ensigns? So one person has to play that, hands down. Vulcan's strong. You've got ensigns. Ensigns are strong on this game, kinda. Not as strong as in other titles, but would you rather have
yeah.
ensigns there and grenades in the middle, or would you rather still have ensigns in the middle and put another thing down for the stems? Because I agree, I think the stems and the stun are pretty useless. I feel like if anything, they should be in the starting
It's
loadout.
underwhelming.
They should be in the starting loadout.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually yeah, that is good. I think yeah, they should do that. Like, I mean, that's like going back to Judgment, isn't it? Really, it's like you could start with like a frag grenade, wasn't it,
Yeah,
or something like that. You could just have like a frag, a smoke, or a stem. Obviously, let's not have the frag in the loadout, but yeah, let's have it. Let's have the smoke, stem, or the concussion.
yeah.
You know.
That gives more variety on how to have team fights.
Yeah.
So
No, it is, and I think it would also open up a bit of an opportunity. Like imagine like you're playing down low, maybe you can have a stim on, or well, let's just say a smoke and a concussion. Your player can smoke off their entrance, and then your other player can stun them as they're coming in. You know what I mean? Like it gives you a bit more of a play, but again, nobody's running across the map to be 5 seconds late to the hill to throw a stim down
yeah,
on outpost. Like it's just useless, pointless.
or buff
It
the
gives
shit
no
out of them.
benefit to the game. Yeah, all do that. But I think the only way they could really do that is if they were to increase the throw range of it. But then also talking about the nades as well. Talk about that. There's no nade planting. I don't really care for it to be fair, because I never really. I mean, I don't plant the nades. I mean, each their own. But I never. I thought it was just kind of useless. You would. I think there was once in a lifetime you'd ever get a kill off a planted nade. Um, so I don't really care about that, but it's like these like sort of like fundamental features that are just leaving as well, you know. So it's like we've got like sorry, was there anything you want to add on to the last part, Jack, before we go on
They
to
need
this
to
next
buff
one?
grenades. Grenades are fucking wank.
Yeah.
Like frag grenades, you
Oh,
are not getting a kill with them.
actual frags. Yeah,
You are not getting a kill with them unless they're literally sat on top of it. You go to
yeah,
Gears 4, you go to any other Gears title when they've got grenades or frag grenades. Or if they're in like even close proximity, you're getting a double. Or you could wipe out a whole team of them if the stars align. I feel
yeah.
like that's what made them viable. The grenades on market are useless. I don't even think I've got a kill with them. Maybe one or two kills out of all the games I've played with grenades.
But
Like,
again, it's because you can't throw them. Like on previous
it's not.
titles, you could pick them up from where you are and throw them in the hill and get a kill, but you can't even throw them
It's
that
not.
far. You throw them to the
I wouldn't
fridge.
say that is the issue. I feel like the blast radius of the frags are wank. That they need a buff,
Right.
in my opinion, because otherwise
Yeah.
they're just useless.
Okay.
Uh, uh,
But I think the nades in general need a rework though. I mean, like the throwing. I think everything. I think all of them need a rework. I think the incense feel weird as well. They don't feel. They don't feel too. Not that they
I
don't
get what
feel
you mean.
great, because I think they're okay. But I think in general though, I think everything definitely needs like tuned. You know, like
I'm with you.
everything needs a bit of a rework here. So yeah,
Me get you
I
out.
do agree. But
Meat
yeah,
shielding, chainsaw battles. I just want to say, right, from Gears 2 onwards, we always had a meat shield. It's not like they never. Let's pretend we're a. Let's actually roleplay here, right? Let's say we're a cog soldier. We just downed a locust drone. You've got a whole squadron of locusts coming towards you, right? You want to have that as a meat shield, right? Let's be honest here. Marcus Phoenix has definitely used a locust drone as a a meat shield before fucking Gears 1 or Gears 2. Let's be for real. It didn't take him 15 years to clock on that he can just use someone else as a meat shield.
oh,
That's down law wise. In game, we should have meat shields. Come on. There's no reason why
yeah.
chainsaw battles. I'm not really too arsed about it personally, but again,
Uh,
it was it
Again,
was
it's not so much for. I mean, we're ranked players though, so I mean, you never seen a chainsaw battle in PvP, like in in a PvP like
unless the lobby's dead
ranked game setting.
and the other teams gave up,
Yeah,
so you just go for them. But
yeah,
the it's part of like the Gears identity. You're like, come on, we'll have a chainsaw battle, and who's got the better
yeah,
B spam or whatever. And nade tagging, that's also been an iconic thing in Gears, where you've got a smoke and you try and stun them. You know,
yeah. No, I get it. It's just like again, just basics that they've just removed again, like wall running, chainsaw battles, like stims. Where the fuck have I got that from? Chainsaw battles. You got meat shielding, nade planting. Like it's just again these little things that we've always had, but then have just been taken away. And again, I get it. It might be for a fresh feel on the game, but it's like I feel like the chainsaw was quite an iconic thing as well, considering the game in itself is iconic for having the chainsaw lancer, so having the lancer, and then having the battles between the chainsaws to see who had the better trigger finger, and and then it's just gone. Again, not that big of a deal, but it's like again, why would you get rid of it though? Just seems a bit like an unneeded removal. But
agreed.
yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about the like just spawns and stuff like that as actually. So obviously we already talked about the spawns earlier, about obviously spawning with the enemies and stuff like that, which are pretty naff. And there's nothing worse than coming off a 12-second respawn,
And again, put back on a 12-second
because
respawn.
yep, because the enemy spawn behind you. But why am I on a 12-second respawn? That is too fucking long. And especially for if we're gonna have a 12-second respawn, then up the hill timer or reduce the spawns. I think you could probably get away with a 9-second spawn. I think a 8 and 9 second respawn time is okay. But I think 12 seconds when it's pretty much half the hill is stupid. I think it's way too long.
That is just a short and simple answer, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
I think everyone has complained about the 12-second respawn, so it, get it gone.
Yeah. Like I get it though. Like I get why. Like I can understand why you'd have a 12-second respawn. Like yeah, get punished for dying, but I don't need to be punished to the point where I'm pretty much being whipped because I've you know because I've died. Like I think it's a bit extreme.
It
I think
is.
that's all it is. I think they've just gone a bit OTT with the respawn time. All they need to do, reduce it by a few seconds. The world's a better place. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah.
we've already talked
Uh,
about spawning with an enemy.
have yeah. Well, another fundamental, another feature that has always been in a Gears game. Actually, has it always? I don't know. But we've got weapon trading, so I can't just give Jack my Lancer no more. No, no, no. I've got to throw that shit on the floor for him to pick up. Like I've got to like literally spit on him and tell him to pick it up himself. Like why can't I just hand this man the gun? Like there might have been a few times where it's like, like, can you drop this weapon? I'll be like, yeah, no worries. I'll go up to them. I'm aiming in the fucking face, ready to press the buttons, and then I'm just rolling past them or something like that because you can't trade weapons. Why? Like,
It's been in the game since
again, yeah,
I want to say Gears 3.
I want to say Gears 3 as well. I can remember it in Gears 3.
Yeah, I think it's Gears 3 because I don't think you could have done it in Gears 2.
Yeah. Either way, again, it's not a game breaking thing, but it's like, why am I like? It's like, why? I'm pretty sure the cog can pass each other weapons. You know, I think Marcus Phoenix is capable of holding his gun in one hand and passing it to the other guy whilst he's receiving a gun. Not that hard. Not that hard. Uh, yeah. Guess we'll talk about the matchmaking. We've only got a few points left actually, so we're coming to the end here. Coming to the end of the big discussion. We've got matchmaking. Uh, Granted, I mean, take this with a pinch of salt. It's a beta, So I mean, hope, I would hope and pray that this gets fixed. The matchmaking, obviously within the beta, you were able to just play with anyone. Like ranks didn't matter. It was essentially you were playing quick play with a rank. Like you
Was
could be a diamond, and you were playing with or against bronzes or silvers or golds. Like you wouldn't if you were diamond, you weren't playing with diamond players or against diamond players. Occasionally you would, but it was pretty enough.
I just want to
So
say that they also said in Coalition's words that if you're in a four stack and the lowest person's a bronze and you're playing with a diamond, you'll always come across diamond lobbies, right? It's just that's how they've implemented it, which I think is a good thing because then you can,
not boosting really, isn't it?
yeah, which I get. I feel like it's a good thing, but if you are, I think Icy said this, where the ranked you should have like if you're all solos, then you go to a playlist where you're all solos and you play ranked in that. Or if you're in a two man, you can go there. I think it should stop when you're at like you're one, two, or a four. I don't think you should have like three stack teams because then how's that going to work? I feel like you dodge out three stacks, and if you're in a three stack, you just come across other four stacks, in my opinion. But then saying that,
But
how
then
would
that's
that work?
unfair on the solo queue though.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it's a bit
uh,
hard. It's either you make it so you can solo duo and stack, or like full four stack, or and then just remove three stacks, but in the same breath, I mean, look at me, you and Alex, we're a three stack usually, so it's like, so now we won't be able to play with each other. I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind having a lower ranked player on my team if I'm in a three stack, but if I'm solo queuing, I don't like, and I'm a diamond, I don't want to be playing against a four stack of diamonds when I've then got bronzes and silvers on my team. That's not fair on me. So
stop throwing the whole team.
yeah, I think they should prioritize having four stacks against four stacks. But
Yes,
then I would also say you could probably get away with having like, say, say you're in a three stack and you're playing against a four stack. Make it so that my last player is at least Onyx. Make it so that at least Onyx 1 Onyx 2, or Diamonds, like actually level the teams out rather than sticking with a bronze because we needed one more. Like
yeah.
it's stupid. But again, this is a beta, so it probably was a case of it's like they don't really care. They're just trying to get as many games as they can, pump as many people into lobbies. Like, I mean, which is understandable because that's what it is. It's a beta. They're trying to test the game, so they wouldn't focus too much on the ranked matchmaking, which is fine. But just hopefully, when it comes to the full release of the game, they do just iron it out and make it so it's more fair. You know what I mean? Like look at Gears 5 for example. Actually, Gears 5, me and Jack would usually play, and we knew that we had a sweaty game if we had a certain, like, there was people that you know, obviously, in the community, and it was like, let's say, for example, I queued a game and I seen Zyph on my team. I knew for a fact that it was going to be a sweaty game because Zyph was on my team.
Yeah.
He's a good player. And then lo and behold, you load into the game and you're playing against a full stack of sweaty players. You know what I mean? Like, so they do know how to level it. So, like they know how to manage if a player's good or not. So, yeah. But again,
It just
beta
needs
restrictions, it'll all
needs
be okay.
it needs. Let's say if it's in a
Any
base
sort
game,
of
it
full
they need,
release.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't continue from next
Uh,
game. That is,
yep.
it's inconvenient to back out to the lobby, then already up again, and then it's
Yeah.
just ugh. Why?
It's just
Why?
tedious. It's just time consuming. Like I say it's time consuming, but it's not because the
It's
game.
just
Again,
inconvenient.
we praise the game for this. We praise the game. They have fast loadings and they have like those
Yeah,
quick matchmaking and everything. But yeah, I don't need to be going all the way back to the menu. Like,
it's inconvenient.
yeah,
They should have it like they had in like Gears 4 and 5, where you had like a separate ranked like loading screen. Let's say you see all the people queued up. We how it is in the beta, where you can see who's everyone's name, who they're playing as, whatever. But but I have that same screen while searching for a next game. I have a next game, let's search for next game feature, and then take us back to that screen. Well, they should just do what you've done on Gears 4 and 5, where I
just
can,
press Y to continue.
yeah, and then go back to the screen where I can change my character or skins or whatnot.
Yeah,
Just do that.
I'm gonna say, but we don't all need to be going back and everybody readying up. Like,
Yeah,
it's just slow.
it's, but other than that, there's only one more.
This is my
And
final complaint.
the final complaint. Oh, I'll break the ice. I'll break the ice. The
You can
thing
do
that
it.
we've got down here is there shouldn't be cheaters in a beta. It's ridiculous on how me and you've came across a cheater where he's literally TPing behind us. We've got it on stream. I'm pretty sure we've seen him
Yeah,
get banned shortly after, or he just got disconnected. I'm
yeah.
not
I
sure.
think it was end game. Yeah,
So this is like an anti-cheat problem. Why are you able to cheat in a beta? And I'm sure if they
yeah.
can cheat in a beta, they'll cheat in the proper game too. And it just ruins everyone's experience.
I think the
Eh,
last thing that anybody wants is for a game to get pushed out and then there be cheaters on a day one.
Yeah,
I think that would be terrible for the game,
agreed.
especially if they don't fix up on it as well.
It's just, it's just stupid, really. Like,
Yeah,
like I, I know every single game will have cheaters in it. It's just gaming now, unfortunately. And
yeah,
cheating is just, don't get me wrong, if you're doing it for a game or two, right, just to experience what it's like to cheat, it's wrong, but it's one of them. But if you've got your whole personality, you've coming onto a game to cheat, like I'm speaking about the Gears 5 one, he literally loads up and starts spraying his lancer
yeah,
and spawn, downs everyone. Like, you are a boring individual. You are boring. You've
yeah.
got nothing better to do than go into a game and cheat.
I know.
It's it's just not
But
fun.
this isn't so much about the players. This is about that the anti-cheat should be better. We
Yeah,
shouldn't be having cheaters in a beta, regardless. Regardless of whether you like to cheat or not. There's again anti no reason for cheaters to be in a beta. And it's not like I've only just played against one. Like I probably played a handful of cheaters as well. And again, it shouldn't be that easy. It shouldn't be that easy to load into a game and get your fucking cheats on. So again, this is all stuff that they can just iron out though for when the full release comes out. Update that anti cheat and make it feel a bit better. Like there's so many possible, like there's a lot they can do. before the full release of the game.
I'm
But
sure they
yeah,
know most of these too,
yeah,
but uh, on Horde, let's
yeah,
just scrape over Horde.
oh, yeah.
Horde is brilliant. It's Let's be for real here. Horde is the main. It's not the main thing, but it's the best thing out of the beta. If we're being out of
Probably. Yeah,
consistency,
I've got like
and
no complaints.
the only complaint I have is that it runs like poo. You're on
Yeah,
max
but
30 FPS, but
yeah, but
that's
this is
down to
like again down to
optimization.
the optimization of the game, so which we've discussed, which was in multiplayer anyways.
Like if they fix the optimization on Horde, I can see myself spending a lot more time in it. They've done a really good job in Horde. I don't think anyone has much complaints about it. They might say it's um um repetitive, but it being repetitive, it's just a beta. There's going to be more classes. There's going to be more things to do, more things to unlock. There's going to be so much more things come the full release. So I think
Yeah,
we're in for a good time in
I'm
Horde.
excited for Horde. Yeah, Horde is overall quite good though, like the new boss events and everything like that as well. So it's quite a fresh take on Horde.
Yeah, it
I would
is.
hope that they're adding classic Horde as well though, so we can also just play the base maps. Because I do sometimes like just sitting there and
That's what
playing at
Matt
one to
said.
50 Horde on a map. Yeah,
We don't want
but I do
to.
also like Horde Siege.
Sometimes you don't want to be with randoms. Sometimes you just want to be in a multiplayer map and just do your own thing for a while.
Yep.
Judgment over
Judgment over
E-Day.
A-Day. I
That is your
I mean
maybe is
personally
your
I
opinion.
was see I enjoyed Judgment PvE, not so much the PvP. I thought Overrun was a great game mode. I thought the campaign was a pretty solid campaign. I really do have appreciation for Judgment campaign. Um, so if you're gonna make a non-Gears game, you might as well go full send.
Okay.
I
Let's break this down. Let's break this down. What in your eyes, what makes a Gears game? What makes a Gears of War game to you, Harrington? Also, welcome. There is no judgment here. We're
welcome to
just
the stream. Yeah,
we're just
this
we're
is just
talking
discussion.
currently breaking it
Currently
down.
breaking it down. uh, I don't think they've strayed too far from the Gears, but I do understand why people also do believe that it is, also like a Judgment-esque sort of theme. But no, Judgment, I do like Judgment. Also, I would like to say thank you for the follow. It's much appreciated. Um, but no, I like Judgment. I like A-Day. Judgment wasn't my number one game by any means, but I do definitely have appreciation for the game. For
Thank you for the follow.
yeah,
Thank you.
no,
Just shotgun. Yeah, this is what we've all said. Well, this is what me and Kurse have said. We both think it's inconsistent. It's got its issues, but I don't like the center screen shooting because that's apparently it is the case, and
yeah, it
we've
is
already
center screen
said
shooting.
that we shouldn't be in a center screen shooting era anymore. We should be
No,
shooting through the barrel we were in the previous games. It like I don't know. It's That's me.
bless you.
Like yo, um, no center screen is just we're past shoot. Like I get it if it was Gears One, Gears UE. I get it. It's Gears One. It is what it is. But come on, we're in modern day shooters now. We should be shooting out of the barrel.
Again,
Uh,
I don't mind the center screen. I don't mind it. It's not it's not awful. It's not my preference, but it's not like it's not the end of the world that it is center screened.
and Diamond on not in it. Yep, but we've put that down as the aim assist because
Yeah,
we've already covered it. But we've said that. Oh, I said personally that if you was to go load into previous Gears title Horde, you've basically got the Gears 5 casual aim assist because the Gears, if you was to load into a horde on Gears 5 on casual, the aim assist is strong, like probably stronger than in E-Day. But if you went to
Uh,
Inconceivable, you barely had that same aim assist. And I said you have more aim assist in ED PvP than you do in on Inconceivable on Gears 5 Horde. That is mental.
just so you know, I'm not a dinosaur. I'm only 22 years of age here, so I didn't even play when Gears actually released. You know, I wasn't. You know, I was 2 years old when the game came out, pal. So they call me a dinosaur, and I'm just a hard, Denny Gears fan,
A baby
a baby
dinosaur.
dinosaur.
Just came out the
Right,
egg.
we're getting there. To be fair, aye, we're getting there. We're getting there. No.
But no, we agree.
Um.
I personally think it shouldn't be center screen. It should be coming out of the barrel.
Tell you
Personally.
what, Jack. I'm gonna. I need to depart you for 2 minutes.
Where you have to go.
Sophie's leaving, so I'm gonna
Ah,
say bye
okay.
to her. Yeah. Right. Hold on.
That's asteroid is best to play reloaded rather than 5 in the meantime. Mm, to be honest, I don't think there's gonna be a Gears title that you can play because ED is so different to every other Gears game. Like I get it. I get it for the center screen. Like I do. But for me, reloaded is fucking shit. Like that shotgun is even less consistent than ED. And I will sit here and argue for it until I die. I hate reloaded. Why they even released it is beyond me. Like it is a UE 2.0. Like unless you are a boomer, like you are a literal dinosaur in the Gears community, you're not enjoying Gears 1. Like I get it if you want to be like, yeah, but this is where all the grown men played. Shut up. Like yeah, I get it. It's center screen, and maybe you do get a positive out of playing it, but the shotgun is inconsistent to a fuck. That is a fact. Respect your elders. Hey, I do. I respect the elders more than anyone. Trust me. But them saying fucking like UEs, they're or Reloaded is a good game is just wrong. They re-released the same game that fucking they've already released 2 other times before. It was a full 10 years old when you play Gears 1. Hang on. A full 10 years old and you called us dinosaurs. Hold on. Hold on a minute. You weren't there, you weren't there. Oh shit. I'm not being there, right? I was probably like 4 to 5 years old when it dropped. Do I still think I can get on that game and do some damage? Yes. Like in my heart, I feel like I am a good Gears of War player. I know how the game works. I can play the same way on any Gears title, and it would be the same outcome. But I just want to say that E-Day is a completely different game, and if they was to do a Gears UE 2.0 or 3.0 now, a Gears 5 2.0, a Gears 4 2.0, the game would have failed and died. I'm glad that they added new features and they basically made it a brand new Gears of War game, built built from the ground up. So that it's just my point of view. I want Gears to succeed, so I'm basically forcing myself to like this. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of negatives about this game, but I am I'm if they do listen, if the coalition do listen and they do implement some changes, then the game will be in a good place. Personally, hello, Dunny, Mr. Forza player himself. Welcome back.
Sorry. Thank you. Should have decided to take 20 minutes to put our shoes on. Did I miss out on anything?
Oh, I was talking shit about Reloaded. I said if you people who say
Hello,
Gears
Dunny.
1 is the best game, you're on the older side. AB mate,
I'm
not
gonna say
touched
you're on the
Forza in so
dinosaur
long now.
side.
Mate, I haven't touched
Alright,
Forza in
I'm
a
gonna say.
while either. I literally go on Horizon to do like the seasonal stuff, then I have to get off. I find it so boring. In terms of wall balancing, I put E-Day in between Ultimate Edition, Reloaded, and 4 and 5. See, I would put it in between Ultimate Edition and Gears 2, personally, in terms of movement. Also, Dunny, did you play the E-Day beta? Everyone seems to have switched to LMU. I can see why. LMU is a good game, but I haven't touched that in a while either. But even then, I was racing on controller, so I didn't get the full experience of the game. Apparently, it's hellish on wheel because you've got so much force feedback.
Hey guys, this is an ADA breakdown, not a Forza breakdown, right? Keep the shit on topic, right?
Are you overall not liking E-Day
Oh,
then? See, if you asked me this on the first weekend, I would have said E-Day is the worst Gears of War title that there's ever been released, right? But then I only had like 10, 12 hours into the game. I'm currently sat around 38 hours, I think I last checked. But I also played in the early
yeah, it's
access.
like
So um the game the game's got a good foundation, right? But there are things that have to be changed because if they go into the full release with this exact game, I think Gears is dead. If you want my honest opinion, they need to optimize the game. They need to fix the inconsistencies, but it's got a good foundation. But I'm proud that they tried something different. I'm glad that they added sliding and jumping mechanics. I feel like it gives Gears a new sense of fresh air.
so
Like
my
me.
opinion on the game. I was also the same. I was getting very tilted that I could not adapt to the game
Yeah, we
because
both
it
were.
is such a different game. Yeah, like I think there was one of them. It was on stream, and all I was doing was just shouting and complaining and whinging the entire time because I was dying to stuff that which you wouldn't usually die from. Like I think I'm a good enough player to to adapt in situations. Like I mean, I played Gears for many fucking moons. So and then coming to this game and it feels so foreign and different. It was like I would get so tilted. But then I stopped playing the game like it was a Gears game. As freakish as it sounds, it's like I had to essentially it's like I actually I stopped running and I took me baby steps. You know what I mean? Like I kind of just I learned how to aim in the game. Like I mean I played Reloaded, so like I used to play scrims on Reloaded. So it's like I'm used to center screen shooting. Um, but I still wasn't, you know what I mean? Like you go from Reloaded, then obviously everybody went off that, and then I went back to Gears 5, went back to barrel shooting, then coming to this game back to center screen, it just feels different, you know what I mean? But then even then, everything feels different about this game: sensitivity, the camera speed, running, sliding, so different, you know what I mean? So yeah, but since I was playing it the other weekend, so this weekend just came, I was loving the game. I was really enjoying the game. I felt like I was getting rewarded for some plays. I felt like the game was fun to play. Like I was so happy, so happy, fucking hell. But I was happy that I was playing the game. Like it felt like a good game. But again, not to say that the game is perfect because it's far from it. But the game was fun to play. Again, I can't wait for the full game to release in 2 months' time. But also, hello Ghosty. I wasn't ignoring you. So yeah, but yeah, you are right as well, Dunny. A lot has changed. the game feels totally different.
I
But
thought
no,
I was on
there's a
Halo.
lot of content creators. So say there are a lot of content creators that like it. I know that I'm pretty sure like Shadows loves the game. Icy, no, Icy's didn't wasn't that big of a fan, was he?
No.
I think it was. I think it was like Domes as well. I think Domes like loves the game. Um, but I mean, to be fair, a lot of these players you look at and you'll be like, yeah, I can understand why you love the game though, because like some of these players are like just super talented at this. It's like they picked it up and they've already been playing it for like 12 months. You know,
Hmm.
like some of these people look like they were they were just they're just insane, just naturally gifted. You know.
I didn't like it at first, and then started to like it more and more as I got better. So that is quite literally our take on it. I feel like I got a lot better on the final weekend.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like I was getting shit on by, I don't want to sound mean, by nobodies, right? And I was putting up a fight against the people that I played against in Gears 5. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
it was adapting to the new play style of, yeah, I couldn't play the same Gears of War that I could play on Gears 5, Gears 4, Gears 3, Gears 2, Gears 1, Gears Reloaded. Any other game, I couldn't play like how we usually play. So I had to take that time to adapt. And then once I adapted, I was doing pretty well. Like I've had like we had a game against Sash Shadows. I'm not saying he's the best player in the world, but I was I was doing pretty well. People from Gears 5 that usually would dominate me, I was holding my own. You know, I was getting the kills. It's just
Yeah.
adapting to the new Gears, which Gears of War today is.
Yeah. It just feels like you think of like a generation. This feels like just a new gen, like a new generation of Gears of War.
Yeah,
You know, like
and
you went
but
from like
sorry,
yeah.
go on.
No, I lost my train of thought. To be fair, go on.
I was gonna say that, like I said before, they had to have done something different. I think we are all in the same place where they couldn't release another Gears 5 or another Gears 4 or another Gears. Yeah, you know, they couldn't have the same formula that they've done for 20, what is it, 20 through 20 years now?
23 no, came out in '06.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
but yeah, it's a 20-year. Lol.
yes, so it would have been for the same, they've done the same formula for 20 years. They had to have done something different. And I'm proud that they did. And
Yep.
some of the features that they've added are really good. Like the sliding and jumping, they mix up fights. They can transform fights.
What I'm saying, there's a whole new system of outplaying people now. Like you can, I don't know. There's a lot of new stuff which feel nice as well.
There's just a few
As well as
things that
feeling different. Feels nice.
they just need to iron out. Like the main thing that I want them to fix come launch is the aim assist. Everyone likes to
Yeah.
complain about how strong the weapons are. It's the aim assist that carries it. Like I know for a fact I would not be as accurate as I am with the Lancer if it was not for the aim assist. And I feel like I've got a pretty good aim on me. Like shooting a Lancer or
Yeah.
just being accurate in general, I feel like I can do on any other Gears game. But this game, everyone can do it. You can't really outplay many
Yeah.
people. You know,
I was gonna say there are some shots even I'll hit on people as well, and I'm like, well, I wasn't even trying to hit there. So I know for a fact my aim assist is just pulled us to the player, you know. But again, I think that is the same for me. I think aim assist needs to go, or if they don't remove it, then nerf it horrendously so that people can't really tell the difference. You know what I mean? It needs to be a subtle aim assist. Like look at COD for example, actually. So I know that COD has an aim assist, so it's like when you drag over the player, it slows down and then it goes back to normal, you know. They could do something similar to that, but I would still say tune it down because it's Gears of War, it's not COD. It's a third person shooter, the movement's totally different, everything like that, you know. So
I would say
again,
do some.
let people
Oh,
be
go on.
rewarded as well for having good movement. Like I think that's my biggest thing is like Gears of War is like it's a cover based shooter, but there's a lot of movement involved within the game let somebody be rewarded for making a good outplay on someone. If I'm hitting some nice little movement, I'm bouncing around these walls, sliding behind them, all this shit. Let us be rewarded for outplaying the person that was stood there holding the shot, or the guy that was stood there. But instead, I'm getting punished because he's standing there, and his aim assist pulls us to us. And it's like it's not fair, is what I'm. Yeah, I just don't think it's fair.
I think they should, as much as everyone likes to hate on the Gears 5 aim assist, when Gears 5 came to its end, I feel like the aim assist was in a good enough place where you couldn't, you could tell there was aim assist, but it's nothing like E-Day. If we're both being for
Yeah,
real, it was nothing like E-Day. I feel like that aim assist in Gears 5 would suit the game a whole lot more. But then I guarantee it, when they do nerf the aim assist, no one, and I mean nobody, is going to like the Lancer. The prototype Lancer, no one is going to like, because I could tell myself that half the shots that you shoot are going nowhere near, like they shouldn't be connected with them, but it's the aim assist.
yeah,
It's the same with the retro. Everyone wants to say the retro is strong and whatever. Take away that aim assist, and nobody, or really anyone, is going to be able to shoot and be as accurate as they are now. It's
yeah,
so. Uh,
yeah, for sure. It feels like when you got this rent introduced into Halo, but you adapt over time. Yeah, yeah, 100%. The game will just be one of these games where you just adapt to it. I mean, everybody is starting to learn the game. I mean, we've had like, what was it, 8 days of playing it? So,
mm.
it's like people are still, they are just finding their feet on the game. Gameplay wise, it feels smooth. It, yeah, I would say the
In the
movement
final weekend,
feels,
in the final weekend, it was.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But again, this is when we started to adapt to it. So I feel like the first week I can't really comment on because I was shit. This week I feel like I can comment on because essentially I felt like I was learning the game. I could actually up air around a wall without getting stuck and feel like I'm peeling myself off the wall. But yeah,
Also, hello Ninja. I seen that it was your first time chatting here. Welcome in.
welcome Ninja. You're looking at the best two Gears of War content creators on the planet.
Yes, sir. We
No,
did. We
no
did.
hard flex or anything.
We did annihilate Sash Shadows. It is on my YouTube channel. Not
Wicked,
self
yeah.
plug. Self plug. Went 18-1 against him when he was with two other, or he was in a four stack. I can't remember.
He was on a post stack, yeah.
So, but no, seriously, the game foundation wise is good. There is a good foundation there. It's just
There's a good
things.
direction for the game.
Yeah, there's just things that they have to fix. And I would say out of every single thing that we've said, the aim assist needs to be fixed. It needs to be. Like
Yeah.
the optimization is second in my opinion, but
As of right now,
as of
yeah.
right now, the optimization is second, and the aim assist is first. The aim assist is ridiculous. I can't frustrate this enough. And then everything else that we've said is just a layered below. But those two things they need to fix.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, definitely.
I do
I think
think that
we've had a good debate. Oh, go on.
I do think, like I've just said, that if they do nerf this aim assist, no one is going to like the Lancer. I feel like that Lancer is going to be a pain in the ass to use. I don't think we're going to get anything for it because of how crazy it gets when you're full triggering. Unless they're close, then
I,
it's
I
good.
still I still fully believe that aim assist being like if aim assist got removed, I think the game would feel so different, but in a better way.
It would, but it would
But
make
I think I am just an avid hater on aim assist, so I
like
just don't think it's fitted for a comp scene. But not a comp scene, sorry, like for ranked. Again, ranked is a case of who is better in skill, not who's better at abusing the aim assist. So
I need to get into drop early. I'm eager to get. So are we. Like we've been lost. We don't know what to
yeah,
play.
no.
I'm playing through old
I
Assassin's
think I'm back
Creed.
on. I'm on Marvel Rivals. Sorry,
Yeah,
Guna Rivals.
yeah,
Hey.
it is good in Rivals.
Oh, we are pretty lost without it. And unfortunately, I just don't want to go back to Gears 5 after now and after enjoying E-Day. I
Yeah,
really don't want to go back. Really don't want to go back to Gears
I
5.
feel lost. Yeah, at least it's not just us then.
Yeah.
But no,
Well,
I'm surprised. Honestly, when we went live, I thought we was only gonna be live for an hour. We've doubled that, almost tripled it.
yeah, I know.
I feel
Trouble.
like we
Yeah.
gathered more about the
Trouble for
positives than we did
3 hours.
for the negatives.
No, I think there's been a lot of like. I feel like a lot of the positives also go into the negatives as well. Though unfortunately, it's
Yeah,
like I don't really feel like the positives that we had weren't like like death positives. There was always like something, but like but what we can take from this, like
just play
yeah,
Halo. No.
I'm gonna pass on that. Is that not more dead than Gears? Or am I tweaking?
So I suspect you thought E-Day was initially the worst Gears of War you played. I think that I only said that was because I was getting dominated by people I don't even know. Like some unnamed people were having my life, and I don't want to sound big-headed here, but they shouldn't be killing me. Like I feel like I'm a good enough player to where I can adapt, and I know how Gears of War plays, but they were still just they were clapping my ass. So, but since I've got better and I'm sitting in like a
Get
fucking
me
Moomer
reload
milk,
over here.
you cheeky bastard.
Hey, let me
Hey,
glute.
let me glitch. ESS
Yes,
suspects.
that's suspects.
That goes hard actually. Um, but no, if we're
What
saying
was I gonna do?
I'm trying to see it at like a neutral standpoint. I'm trying to see it from when I was asked to when I'm actually decent now. But I st- I still believe that is a good foundation. E-Day is. Um, would I recommend it to someone? Yes. Like, I'll give you a good example. I've got a good friend, right, who never touched Gears before, except from like the campaigns, and I've been playing the campaigns through with him. Um, and he's now opening his eyes to Gears of War, and he's really enjoying Gears of War. And he plays mouse and keyboard, and he said that E-Day is a good game. And if a brand new player to Gears is saying that, then I'm sure there's others like it. So yeah, one of the prerequisites to being in Essence is being very unlikable. That's why we're not in Essence.
Most hated EU. Most hated EU right here. Come on. Come on.
Where's your bike, mate?
Gone mad in the fucking bin. Gone.
But no,
No, I can't wait for the full release of the game though. I can't really. I can't wait. I just can't wait to play the game again. To be fair, I'm gonna take 2 weeks off work again, and I'm gonna sit and sweat the ever living shit out of the game.
I can't wait for the
I can't
campaign.
wait. That sounds like heaven.
I think the
Yeah, no.
campaign is going to be amazing.
Don't worry, mate. We'll be able to play the campaign together as well.
Yeah,
I'll take the
yeah,
time off.
yeah, yeah. Good boy.
But no, I can't. I can't wait to. Can't wait to get back on a day.
4-player
Four
co-op.
player co-op too. Yes.
That is huge, by the way. I know we should have put that down as a positive, but that is huge. Being able to play
Well,
with,
one about the beta, not the
well,
release.
yeah, yeah, I know, but still could have been mentioned.
Yeah,
Four
but it
player
is a W though, because we haven't seen a 4 player co-op since
Gears Judgment.
Judgment.
Yeah,
So I know I had it in Gears 3, but yeah, Judgment was the last one to have it.
it's actually huge.
Yeah, maybe Hereticans right. Maybe we all come back to Judgment. Fucking hell. More familiar with Judgment. Familiarity. Familiar. Familiarity. What doesn't matter. 4 player. Can he wait?
Harrington, what would you, out of all the Gears titles, right? Where would you rate Judgment in the list, in your opinion? Just overall, including campaign, overrun, and multiplayer. I bet ED will have its own paddock.
Bible thump. Nah, it won't. It won't. Actually, it'll be Paddock. It'll be Paddock in his UIR armor still, helmet on.
At the very bottom, the saving grace was Garen Paddock. Is
Is this
this
the only thing you take from Judgment? It's just Paddock.
is this including like Reloaded? Because I would put Reloaded at the very bottom. Half the campaign was like Horde, my Gears 4. That's fair.
I don't think there was that. I don't think there was that many,
There
like
was a
horde
few.
sort of scenes in it. Like there was a few. Yeah, those. Don't get us wrong. There was a few, like like defend the area. But yeah, what would you rate? What would you rate the horde siege mode? I didn't play it much. The horde was good. Was really good. I have no negatives to take from the horde. I
10
think
out of
that's the
10.
same with Jack.
I think the Horde is
Um,
so much of a fresh take to it. I think it's very good. I think I'm going to spend a few hours, a lot of hours in there.
yeah, well, this is what we said as well. We said that we'll hope that they do add like a classic horde, like 1 to 50, and you can just play on the regular maps. And then what Jack was saying as well was also that like sometimes you don't want to go and play on some big massive map. Sometimes you want to just like with other players as well. Sometimes you do just want to play by yourself on a map.
And
Is that
set
the
up
way
where
you
you
went? Yeah,
want, yeah.
exactly. I don't believe that they won't do it either. To be fair, they probably will add it in because it's again it's
Have,
classic horde. Like it would just be called classic horde.
have they had any pro players working closely with the devs on E-Day? So, from what I have heard, that they've asked a former Gears of War pro coach, but he's also asked a few other pro players their opinions, and he's done like a massive list and gave it to the devs because the devs have went out and asked him. That's what I've heard. But this is like we only done this to show like our point of view and what we think
Yeah.
are positives and negatives. Devs listening to esports players legit ruins the game. I can see why you say it.
It's hit or miss.
I can see why you say it, but I want to
If we're
say I
saying
disagree personally because half the pro
so
players
with
now are
other
content creators.
games, yeah, with other games, I agree. So like look at like Apex Legends for example, they absolutely butchered that game due to pro players complaining about certain weapons or legends. Like they were then the would like the pro players would actually ruin the game, but I don't think that the pro players would ruin this game. I don't really think there is too much for them to ruin though. I think Gears. To be fair, the Gears players we are quite ungrateful for what we get. I think we'll always have something to complain about, regardless. But I mean, it's the same with every game, to be fair. But I don't think, but overbalancing basically ruins the fun. I get it. I do get it. But that's. I don't think the pro players would be. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. Can we just put the former esports player in their own pen or something? But But this is why they've done an esport like a com tuning on Gears 4. This was to cater for the competitive players, so that if it was like again, if it was changes that they weren't happy with, or like they didn't like the look of like imagine playing escalation on Gears 4. Imagine playing a scrim on Gears 4, core tuning. That would be hell. Like that would be so unenjoyable. And the fact that they brought in the comp tuning, which felt a million times better than core tuning, that was good. But that's because they catered for the esports players. But then I personally enjoyed that tuning more than the core tuning. So I wouldn't have said that they ruined that though. You know what I mean?
See,
I mean, not entirely. You can keep the game format as casuals, but more on the thought of a competitive aspect.
I think
Yeah.
in terms of if we're speaking for casual and competitive players, right? For what we've experienced in the beta, let's just run through this. Let's power weapons, right? Are we both in agreement, casual and competitive players, that the gut puncher, so the grenade launcher, should have 6 shots? Or are we both in agreement that it's like a drop shot, and a drop shot only has 3 in Gears 5 and 4? So why shouldn't it have 3 in this? Because it's basically a drop shot. You could say
Yeah.
maybe it's a better drop shot. Or would you like to see
I mean,
the
in the
gut
hands of
punch?
some people, anyways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or would you like to,
Agent,
or
kick it.
or would like, or would you like to keep the gut punches, so the grenade launcher, in 6 shots? Because I know for a fact that the pro players or the competitive players are complaining about this weapon because I've seen it myself. I'm also complaining about this. So yeah, if we're breaking this down,
What about
the
the gut puncher? How right again?
yeah, the gut puncher, which
It's
is
like the pushka.
the grenade
Pushka.
launcher.
You should know that one because that's Paddock's like favorite weapon though.
Ooh,
Actually, was it?
oh,
Or was it not the Markser?
it's like Markser
Oh.
and
I've actually ruined Gears 5 getting airbag gauge removed and shot delay added even though he was literally a single stick sped. Well, again, it's like, I mean, airbag gears getting removed wasn't the end of the world. I mean, you can still kind of do it. Obviously, another shot delay. Shot delay ruined Gears 5. I mean, the game just went downhill. Well, I mean, there was nothing for the game to be fair. I mean, as much as it, it made walking up 8. I guess to be fair.
consecrate consecrate concentration camps for all esport players.
For all
Hey,
esports players.
I'm an esport player. I wouldn't say that's
No, are we? No, we're not esport. We didn't compete on the main stage.
well, no, but we are competitive players and we are good competitive players. And not to rub our own
Yeah,
egos, but we are pretty decent.
EGL. Yeah, we're EGL players, not esports.
You ain't taking this away from us,
Well,
Alex, mate.
actually, it's esports gaming league, no? So I guess so.
But no, seriously, I feel like the pro players will cater for the casuals on this. If we are being honest, like I said, with the power weapons, right? We've done the grenade launcher. Let's go to that acid shotgun, right? Do we think that acid shotgun should have how many shots does it have? 6? Is it? Or
Like 6 or 7.
um, d- personally think that it should have less shots. Personally, from what I heard from
I think it
multiple
should
sort,
have less shots as well.
the devs didn't listen to the esport. What is this for? E-Day or is this to Gears 5 Ninja? If you don't get
I
paid to
think yeah, I
play,
think it
then
probably just means in general.
you're a sweat.
I mean, well, we're Sweats to be fair. We never got paid to play. We did win money playing the game,
Fucking lifting this
so
chair.
I guess it's hello, Jody. Hello. But yeah, I mean, we won money, so it's not like we weren't just sweating. Like we used to play, obviously we used to play like scrims. We used to play in all the tournaments, or even the fucking Instagram tournaments that were like worth 20 quid. You play those game battle. We used to. What was it called again?
I did
It
do
wasn't
GBs on Gears
GBs. What
4.
did it? No, what did it get changed to?
Um,
It wasn't EGL either.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
What the fuck was it called? Because I used to play with statics and everything. What was it? Oh my god.
UMG,
UMG, that was it. UMG, yes.
too
Too
young
young
for.
for GVs. Lapa. Oh, those are like the Poundland Tonys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking
Oh,
Poundland.
that's the Instagram Tonys were fucking hell.
Yeah,
We used to go infiltrate them. Brennan was a ranked kid in Gears 4. Gears 4, I only played ranked. I never touched a scrim ever in ranked. In Gears 4, I used to sweat. I was Diamond 5, King of the Hill player. Diamond 5, 2v2 player. Like that was it. But then came to Gears 5. That's when I started playing. That's when I started scrim. But to be fair, I met the right people to play Gears 5. So I was 14 IGLing Insta Tonys. Oh, the Instantonies are something else. Even during Gears 5, they were so fun. He's 22. I believe he's the same age as me. Yeah, 22.
Mm.
Well, I'm such an unk. Yeah, Jordy, you're still young in the heart, mate. Still young in the heart. Give on. Up the tune. As a Gears 4 sped. Back in Gears 4 as well, though, I used to just like sit and play OSOC only. Like
Making me
just sit
feel
and play
like a
OSOC.
nonce. Believe it or not, I'm the oldest one between
Hello.
Casper's Curse.
Hashtag group as in chat. Hey. I swear, all the like, what was I would have been the same age. I would have been around 14. Sat playing with 30-year-olds, 5 stacking Gears 4 ranked. Like, not gonna lie, I can still clap cheeks on Gears. Listen, you might have enough channel points to redeem the 1v1 that is in my channel points, you know. So we'll have to run it. On Gears, what do you do?
It's been a long ass rant. So to be fair, we have done
We've
pretty well.
diverted a bit now.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
asking. We're asking the chat their thoughts. Me and Jack sat there 14
yeah.
to 15 with all these things. Mate, I remember giving it so much passion.
You seen that added gifts to tier 2 subs? Um,
Thank
yeah.
you for the hydrate. That's my water. I've always drank it all.
I
I
think you
feel like
have.
my voice is going away as well.
Boom. Piers, I found this. Is that the sweet?
Sweat.
Sweat. Wet streamers. Oh, well.
All
Might be
the
a
others.
bit
Okay,
dyslexic.
Harrington, what do you think? We are sweaty people, right? We are. This is true. Any FFA clip, I'm giving it the most passion. I'm giving it more passion in free for all than I would in an actual scrim. It's just how I am. I can smell you from here. But
Well,
what do you think about our thoughts compared to a casual? Because if you, I take it you've been in like people who are casual playing the game in their streams.
casual streamers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you think about our opinions that you've heard so far?
Active the reload rip shoots 2 shots at a time.
Like
Holy
Strife,
shit.
I'm nothing like.
That needs to be
Yeah, no,
changed.
the Strife is a casual. Let's give him that. You like it?
Fucking
I mean, casuals don't really talk about gears. See, that's where. See, that's the boiling point, isn't it?
yeah, casuals don't really talk about it because like that they usually just content with the game, don't they? They just live with it.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same for me though. Like if I was to go to like Apex, I wouldn't have like a big rant on Apex. I'm just a casual player on there. So
Okay, Harrington, I'll rephrase the question. Do you think this beta, come the full release, is in a good enough place for launch? For a casual gamer, that is.
I need my little casual second when I game.
Not for
Not for
anyone.
anyone. No.
So even as a casual, you don't think that if we carried the same multiplayer over to the full launch, we don't think it's casual friendly. Check Discord, nothing for a casual, I guess, until they get shotgun behind cover for the 50th time in a row. We've complained about this. We've based that down to center screen shooting because Brandon has proof that he was in cover playing a cover based shooter, which Gears of War is, and someone who's just stood there like a marshmallow has just shotgunned him and killed him.
Hold on, guys. We'll get the reference up. Don't you worry. Fear not, children. I've got yous. Let's have a look. Scroll up a little bit. Scroll too far up. Okay. We've got. So this was the reference
10
photo of
press ups
me
make you
on this
smell.
cover. This is the reference of me on the cover. Obviously, we can see the opponent, Ugly
Ugh.
Grenadier, stood here waiting for me. The following up scene is me dying
You won't be able
because
to see
I
me
was
because
on
my
said
camera's
cover
blurred.
whilst they were, you know, they were just stood there.
You should be able to see me
No?
now.
There you go.
You're gonna see my ass.
Turn your camera over. I know. I was only putting it on that. I can. It's
10?
too finicky to
Yeah,
move it. To
10.
be fair, you can't see it. Could you actually not see it? Hold on. That is. I'll
2,
actually just. I'll just make this
3,
bigger.
4.
Um. Yeah, that's perfect. You can't see. Right. Okay. Ah, you were on the big screen now. Right. Let's have a better in-depth look. Yeah. Go on here.
There we go. Sorry. I've hurt my wrist.
Okay. So, are we able to see it properly? It's still very, very small. Hold on. Let's
Okay.
enlarge it a bit.
Um,
Fucking hell. This is too. Let's get rid of these.
just in case the
It's got an
others
ad.
want to see. This is what he's talking about here. I've got a commercial break telling me there's a commercial break in progress. Fucking hell.
We'll wait a
I
second then.
pulled
We'll
it
wait a
up here.
second. I've got it. I've got it fully enlarged here.
This is what I mean by just standing there like a marshmallow while you're playing a cover-based shooter. Go on then.
Is everybody back? Is Heretigan here as well?
I think we're
Wait
all
for
back.
Heretigan. We need to say. Yeah, wait. Hasn't replied, so I'm gonna say no. Say Geordie's back. How many ads have you gave him, Jack? Fucking 20,000.
Wait, I don't know. I've got the bare minimum on ads. Cheeky
You sat
bastard.
watching a movie of ads. Oh wait, Heretigan. Get back, pal. Hurry up.
Just play it, bro.
Okay, well, it's not a video anyways. It's just
It's just,
screenshots. But
yeah.
okay, so can we all see this though? Can we all see that I'm sat on the cover? Given every single available. Yeah. So anyway, so we can
Cheeky
see I'm sat on
bastards,
the
man.
cover here. This guy is stood up behind the cover.
You cannot.
Obviously,
It's right there.
from a different Gears game. You know, I think it's a bit. Anyways, I feel like I shouldn't die here. We go to the next. The next scene is me dead.
Look where
As
he's
soon as
shot,
his
by the way.
bullets left, he's got. But look at where he shot. Yeah, I was gonna say, look at where he shot as well. He shot us nowhere near me. Bear in mind, this is literally the frame that he shot came out. So obviously, as soon as my screen's popped up, so it's not like my body's just flung over at the side. If I was to play this from here, my body would then combust. But I shouldn't be dying in this situation. Should not be dying. My personal
Like it's
opinion.
1938,
Personal
mate.
opinion.
This is the proof that he's got. This ain't me. This ain't me. Oh, you're right there, mate.
Hey, sorry, pal. Hold on. We're very large here.
There we go.
Hey,
There
hey
we go.
guys.
I fixed it. I fixed it.
No
We
panic.
could, if we really wanted to, we could show you some proof. But do you know how much effort that would be if we're being for real here? That means we have to search through like hours and hours of gameplay to find proof.
No,
I'm,
not that
I'm,
much hours of gameplay to be
I'm
fair.
just saying. Very dinosaur-like technology. See, we must be
Right, listen,
dinosaurs then.
guys. I
We
could have
must be
I could have
dinosaur.
done this another way, right? And I didn't save the fucking photo, right? So bear with, appreciate that, I went out my way and I've made myself on a big screen so you can see my big forehead. Let's just appreciate it, guys. Jeez. Fucking hell. I feel like I'm just getting attacked. I'm only joking, by the way. I'm only joking.
He's being fully serious.
I'm sick of getting called like watching a couple of boomers.
Not bold enough
Listen,
to,
I would
to,
just ban
to
this
be
guy, to
one.
be
That's a
honest.
good one. That's a good one.
He has the most difficult, elongated Alright, we have shown you 2 fucking still images. Listen, these were just screenshots, you know. We're gonna try to stream my college, mate. No, I haven't. This is all from, you know, I've built myself from the ground up. Because I don't know. I'm a full-time Mackey's worker, you know, I've got no time for that. Talking about Mackey's, I'm on night shifts tonight as well, so, you know. Start at 10 o'clock, which is in 3 hours.
Fucking hell,
Allegedly.
we've actually, wow, 3 hours 10 minutes.
Not Sunnyside. I'll
One
come make
McMuffin.
you.
See,
One McMuffin,
you're my
please.
Matt. Me and Herrickton are in two peas from the same pod, yeah. I fucking love McMuffins, man. It's the only thing that gets me up in the morning. I'll come meg you.
That's the only thing that gets me to work every day because I've got to go make them. I don't end the breakfast menu 5 minutes fucking early. Listen, Hal, do you actually want to know the in-depth reason as to why
Yeah,
it
we do.
ends 5 minutes early sometimes?
We do.
You actually want to know? Okay,
Yep,
so
go on.
do you know how we don't serve the breakfast at 11 o'clock? Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think happens to the food at 11 o'clock?
Right, no, I don't work at Mac as much.
Goes in the fucking bin. It goes in the bin. So what do you do
Mate,
to
give
try
them
and
me.
not bin as? Why do you not? Why would we make so much more food? You know, sometimes we like to cut down on the levels beforehand. I mean, granted, to be fair, you're not meant to end it 5 minutes early, so you know you're not meant to. Uber orders, I know that it's like 15 minutes early, but I know that actual like in-store orders usually sometimes will be like, if we're cutting down the levels, we'll be like, oh sorry, like, we don't have that. Yeah, you are right. You are right. Well, of course you can order at 9:50, 9:59 because that's a
1069.
whole hour beforehand. So yeah, nice on her out again. Actually, just fuck off, mate. Just fuck off. You know, like who looks like a knobhead now? You know, dinosaur over here can't even spell 10:30. 1069. Motherfucker. Get fuck off. Stay in the next stream, mate.
Fucking hell.
I want some Mackey's podcast. I love Brandon's stories.
Mate, some of the stories he's had in the
Listen,
past are priceless, man.
not much. There's not much.
Mate, there's not much. There was like a whole. I remember clipping a whole 10 minutes when I was playing Assassin's Creed 2, and you was complaining about looking like a skateboarder. Because you said
Oh, with
that years
the new uniform.
yeah, the new uniform. You said you look like a skater boy.
You do, I. I'm being like, I hate this bitch. No, honestly, some of the people that work there,
Oh, what a
I had a
tune!
mate that worked at Mackey's. A lot of the time, ice cream machine was not being cleaned. It does get cleaned, but you just don't. Was it? I had a ice cream machine has not been cleaned. You just don't want to give it. Oh, right. You're saying right? Yeah. No, that doesn't happen in our store. To be fair, I mean, ours actually does just break. When we say break, it's not like it like dismantles and falls apart on the floor, but it's more so like it just doesn't pour any fucking ice cream. So, you know, can you make 100 cheeseburgers in record time? I believe. You know. I mean, I am a manager, so I've got the experience. I've got the time. You know.
I do need to go on Forza to do the things. I
You
do.
have the fries recipe breakdown. Can you serve breakfast at 10:59, please? I want to speak to the manager. Guys, it's overwhelming us here. I'm only one person, you know, come on. No, you can't have the fries recipe. No, I'm gonna stop
Okay,
serving at
I've got a
10:59 just
question. I've got.
because you asked.
If I go on Uber Eats right now,
And no, you can't speak to the manager.
I need and I order my food, right? Why the fuck does it come cold? There's no way. I don't live that far away from a Mackey's, right? So I could easily just walk down, but some days I just can't be asked, so I just go on Uber Eats, right? Why does it come
Yeah.
cold? Are you ordering us? Like, are you giving us cold food? So I have to blame the fucking Uber Eats driver why my food is cold, or is it because is it you or is it the Uber Eats driver? Who is it?
Are you ready for this one? Are you ready?
I need to know. I need to know.
If your food comes cold, that means that we were super quick at making your food and we bagged it up and we put it on there waiting for the Uber driver to come. But the Uber driver took too long to come, so your food got cold because he took too long to
This
come and collect
PR
your
fucking
food.
answer, bro.
So
PR, bro.
he's delivered
He
you
is a
the
PR
cold food.
merchant, bro.
Do
Because the
you know
Uber
what it
couldn't have
is?
done
There's a
20
lot of the
deliveries
time
before yours.
actually.
I don't care.
No, it's not even that. It's when they do the double orders usually, because they'll have two orders at once
PR.
on both phones, being like, Uber, Uber. So you have to then give
Uber,
them
Uber, Uber.
both bags, but wait, they don't go to you first. They go to the dickhead that lives across the fucking world first before they come to you. So yeah,
So I'm valid enough to blame the Uber Eats driver, not you. Is
yeah,
that what you're
it's
saying?
Uber Eats. Yeah,
So I have to
if your
pay.
food
I
comes
have to
fresh,
blame the poor bloke that's just came and delivered my food, saying it's cold.
they'll tell me you should have put his foot down.
Or you just gave us cold food.
It's not our fault.
Can't
Yeah,
blame
yeah,
boss
because
man.
we're gonna
Yeah,
serve
exactly.
you
You
cold
can't
food,
you
mate.
can't blame boss man.
The poor bloke that ate half my order, heretically just has a deep hatred for Mackies and Uber drivers, to me, by the looks of it.
It's just turned into a McDonald's and Uber
But no,
discussion. I know. We're all fat
I know.
bastards.
To be fair, I know, but I am also a fat bastard and I'm fucking starving and I need to make food. So
Boss man
to be
for the
fair, I
premiere.
think
Mate, there's a premiere
boss
right
man
near
from the
me.
premiere.
I never ordering Macca's again after that.
If
I
you
don't
want to
blame you.
come cut my potatoes and air fry them perfectly, I want you to come cut my potatoes and air fry them perfectly. I kind of do that, mate. I kind of do that. I don't know how to make a fucking French fry from Mackey's. They come frozen. Like we just put them in the fryer. They come in a big bag. Okay, they come in a big bag, frozen off the delivery truck, and then we pour them into a hopper. You put your basket under. Okay, the fries drop out. We take the basket out. We put them in some oil. Fucking oil. Press a button, it times them, we take them out, put them in, put the salt on, put them in the box, give you your fucking fries. Actually, wait, hold on. Better yet, we'll then put the fries in the bag. Right, there you go. Yeah, keep him bastard. Did you not see him fight Ginger Carl? Yeah. Also, Johnny, he's not from heaven, he's from the hill. I mean, this might be a bit, too personal, but he lives round the corner from us. That's so.
Ask for a Big Mac, end up getting
But
with a
yes,
wrap.
I'm at
Ooh.
that shop. I was literally at that shop earlier on just to go get a monster. I never see him anymore, but I did see him fight Ginger Carl. Because they must have given me 2 codes for the free medium meals and then the orders arrived wrong as well. Well,
Well, get this.
I thought it was having it's like it's wholesale.
I went I went to the car boot, right? This like a week or so ago. And I was like, I fancy a Mackey's breakfast. So we go through the drive-through. I asked for 2 sausage and egg McMuffins, right? I only got 1. So I go into the shop. I was like, I ordered 2. And there's like, you didn't ask for 2? This dense bitch only put down 1 on the receipt. Even though I explicitly said I wanted 2. So I had to go into the shop again to order again. How was that fair? Keep yourself safe, mate.
I'm sick of this Casper's guy asking us all these interrogation questions about Mackey's and how we make it. Mate, it's all frozen. Everything is cooked from frozen. Like, the ice creams, I don't make the fucking ice cream. I'm not sat there at the back of the whisking a bowl, like whipping it up. No, mate. It comes out of a fucking machine that has a pre-made mix in it. Like, yes, everything is frozen. The whole of Mackey's is frozen food. Whipping up,
I drove
whipping
away
up
without
flurry
the
in a
milkshake.
kettle.
That's
Yes,
painful.
that is it. Because it's frozen, the meat is frozen. We don't have, I feel like you're taking the piss here. I
Yeah,
actually
rage
feel like a
baited.
knobhead for even trying to explain myself. Yeah, I know. I can smell the sarcasm coming through. I don't believe it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, mate. I didn't believe it, me. Right. Well, anyways,
Back to
I'm
the
gonna
back
call it
to
there.
yeah. I was gonna say yeah.
I was gonna say I'm gonna call it there because I'm starving. I need food, and then I need to start getting ready for work soon. And anyways, so you don't kill a chicken in the back and turn them into my nuggets mush.
Keep yourself safe. You're
Yeah,
telling
once
me you
again,
don't.
that's actually that took the words. Actually, there was another term I would use, but we'll keep it as that. You tell me you don't produce a fresh gutted moor. Moor? What the? How are they using two fancy? You know I'm from fucking Newcastle. These are some special words like. Investigate this man.
Oh, the McFlurry's free, mate.
On my McFlurry's free range.
How did we go from Gears to fucking Mackies, man?
What if I
Right,
told you that all had years on and I don't actually work at Mackey's? Mic drop.
right.
Yeah, I love you too, Alex. Love you too.
Let's end it.
Yes. Well, we'll leave it there though. So, anyways, thank you everybody for being here. It's been a very good stream. It's been quite nice to hear a lot of different opinions on this as well. Heretic, shut up. We're saying goodbyes now, not about burgers no more. But yeah, but thank you everyone for the engagement though. It's been a good stream. It's been good discussion. And yeah, hopefully we can gotta look forward to EDA. Table and time.
Don't know
So
what I'm
yeah,
gonna play, but let's go.
yeah.
I
I
know
know
what you
what you
are.
are. Fucking animal, man.
Right.
Yeah. This feels awkward. I've never said goodbye to somebody with you, like like it's like a synced goodbye.
Yeah, it is. Well, I need to go on Forza, and I need to go make something to eat and do shit. So, thank you for stopping by, everyone. Thank you for all your opinions. Thank you for just being here in general. I appreciate it. And yeah, when are you next on, Brennan?
Don't know. Probably tomorrow. Probably tomorrow.
Are you actually going to go on Gears 5 and stream tomorrow?
Probably fucking not.
Okay, fair play.
Unless you're on Gears 5, then I might.
Don't say that.
Maybe. Alright guys, might be a stream on Gears 5 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Make sure we tune in for that.
You might see the top 8 EU players take on Gears 5 after playing Stream Reloaded.
Stream Reloaded. I would, he wouldn't. So
keep yourself safe, mate.
yeah. Let's get this game since judgment.
It's okay to be a little bit delusional, you know.
I know.
I can respect the being delusional. I get that you're like an old timer and you just want to play like Gears 1 again, but
I love it.
right.
I love it. Right.
Seriously, though, thank you for stopping by.
Everybody.
Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the cheers. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for just being here again. But yeah, I'm going. So I'll speak to you guys later.